You're a winner. And you know what winners say. Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
All right, guys, check it out. We got another episode. And just remember, it's Anthony L. Lewis. And this video is gonna be epic. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. Now, guys, look. Yesterday, if you missed it, you missed it. I went walking around the mall. Wait. First, let me start off with the people who might not know me. Guys, if you see this right here, that's a controller in my hand, and it says all-purpose champ. On everything gaming, I'm the all-purpose champ. Guys, on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Stadia, you look up all-purpose champ, that's my gamer tag. Now, next on the list, we got the master of vlogging. Guys, my life has been on YouTube since 2011. Every birthday, every Christmas, you name it. Guys, if I watch a movie, I make a review. If I buy something, I make a review. So I'm the master of vlogging. Even my honeymoon is on here where I was holding a shark in Mexico. But guys, look up no further and you see that cowboy hat. Guys, I'm a natural born entertainer. You might get some dancing on here. You might get some martial arts on here. Just know that the cowboy is bringing that fire. And it's unlike any other channels you've seen. But I'm not going to go on and on and on. All I'm going to say is if you put those three things together, that's what make me the king of content. So what I'm going to do, guys, because I want to explain what's going down today with a good friend of mine, but I'm going to pull up a chair. And I hope you guys pull up a chair. But with any great show, any great thing you do, you know what you need? You guys know? You need a great intro. Let's go.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. All right, guys, check it out. This is going to be cool. So let me give you guys a little backstory, all right? So before you guys knew the cowboy that you knew now, I was just simply Anthony L. Lewis, right? But I used to run in the trenches with two guys. It used to be called All-Purpose Champ and Crew. Guys, I wasn't even on YouTube. I was on Twitter game streaming. And All-Purpose Champ and Crew was me, Just Joe Gaming, and Monkey Bones Gaming. And we played everything. What we used to like to do is play free-to-play games. And so we could just let the audience jump in, right? So you didn't need to buy a game, just download it. Of course, downloading took forever. But either way, right? That was the cool thing we used to do. So my guy, Just Joe, and I Man, for 2 years, just Joe and me and Monkey Bones, we did our game streaming thing on Wednesday nights every week. So when Stadia got popular, I started to just do Stadia content randomly, right? And so Just Joe said, bro, why don't you make your Stadia show like your main show? I said, come on, man, I can't do that. We've been doing this for 2 years. I said, bro, people like it. You're into this Stadia thing. You should just switch over. And I was like, I don't know. I got to talk to Monkey Bones. And he was like, well, I give you my blessing. So the Monkey Bones, he was more like, whatever you want to do, bro. So I was like, all right, cool. And then, guys, this is how you got the Cowboy. This is how I end up getting into Stadia and doing Stadia content. Well, Just Joe hit me up yesterday, and he was like, I seen you playing Outriders. We should play sometime. I said, Just Joe, don't say it to me, baby, because I'll create a stream tomorrow, and we could play together. So with that being said, I'm going to pull up Stadia. Well, first of all, let me go to the chat, and let me text Joe that I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. All right. Let's see. All right. So let me go into the chat and see who's in the building. None other than give it up for Michael Pennon. Michael's been around forever. All right, cut his mic. Cut it. Cut it. Yo, it's none other than Reaper. What's up, man? Guys, I got to give a warm welcome to this guy. He holds a special place in my heart because the most epic individual is the Cowboy, and the most epic intro was made by none other than Bruce Campbell. Unleashed. But guys, after that, I got to give it up to my man, Mr. Urban World, because everywhere I go, you have to have a villain. It might be Purple Haze, but Mr. Urban World, let's go. Yeah. Mr. Urban World, I'll have to get back to that at some point, man. But everybody need a change up. But yo, my right hand man, give it up for Paul. Yeah. Let's give it up for Windstar. Guys, this guy, if you're not catching his content, I don't know what to tell you, but give it up for Chariot Man Gaming. It's my guy right there. Oh, yeah. Hold up. Mr. Urban says, breaking news. Cowboy secretly acknowledged the most powerful cloud service this morning. Listen, man, I said if Shadow could pull off what they want to pull off, you know. But give it up for Johnny Live. Yeah. Hold on. We got Cali Fat in the building. And the guy that's supposed to also be a part of this show tonight because his name is in the headlights. My guy, the newest guy in the community. I got a big heart for this guy because he supports all of us. He even said, hey, I got to watch Stadia Pro and the climax before I come on the show. I said, bro, not a problem at all. And I pushed it back a little bit because I can't do this without my main man, Wilson. Give it up. Yeah. Uh-oh. Wilson said, my mic is acting up. Worked 2 hours ago with Suave. Then half an hour ago, tried with my guy Kachil and not working. Well, let's see what happens, man. It's all good. Vet, the god of destruction. Vet is my guy as well. But give it up for Amazon Ron. Hold on. Let me find out somebody lurking up in here. Guys, one of my favorite adversaries that became friend, that became foe, that became buddies is none other than Cloud Data Media. Give it up. Yeah. Mr. Urban said, I'm about to message Just Joe. Listen, don't scare him away, all right? All these super chats today, really raining in money. Well, you know what? Let me look, because I can't see them on my screen if any was coming in. Oh, man. Vet Cloud Gaming. Hold up. Damn, I can't make it pop up on my screen. All right, well, anyway, guys, thank you to Vet. He says, showing some love for the legendary Cowboy. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. Yo, Vet, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. But I had to show you some love earlier, man. So, you know, that's what we do to each other. We throw some money at each other, man. I appreciate it. So let me back up a little bit. David will. Oh, wait, here it is, right here. Bam, I didn't get to it yet. Let's give a shout out to Vet Cloud Gaming with the big 5 buckaroos. Yeah, give Vet some love. Hold on. It's the SBC legend, Dre. Yeah, what's up, Dre? All right, let's see. Cloud, today, I don't know if I'm gonna have a link because I think it's gonna be 3 of us playing this game. Now after we play the game, Just Joe said he's been waiting. All right, sorry, Just Joe. Let's see. So after we play the game, then I may acknowledge me. Then I may throw out the stuff and whatnot. You know, we could get everybody up in here. But not right now because I want to get into the gaming. And I noticed what some of the people came for. Yo, Twisted Barber's up in the building. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Once again, Johnny live. Yeah, we're gonna play some Outriders. Vet is moving to Virginia next year. Yo, man, I'm definitely, bro. When you go to Virginia, you're gonna be so much closer. Definitely come down there. That's gonna be so epic. Oh, hold on. Let me find out. We got Windstar in the building. All right. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, let's give it up for David Wilson's birthday, man. That was yesterday. Yeah. We should have did a birthday party for him. All right. So now I got through all the shenanigans. Said what's up to everybody. Let's pull up the stadia. And let's rock. So let me do this. I'm going to plug in my mic so that way I don't hear the echo. So let's do that. I know it's going to be an echo, but if I plug in my microphone, then I don't get the echo. All right, plugged in my mic. Let's share this screen. And then we get my guy Just Joe up in here and my guy Wilson. They might have to carry me. Bam. I like to pull it up like that. So let's see. All right. I'm going to create a chat. Let me dismiss this. This is from last night. I was playing with Ray and them last night. It was pretty cool. All right. Parties. Start a party. Private party. All right. You left the party. Oh, maybe I was still in the party last night. All right. Private party. Invite. Let's see. Gonna invite Just Joe. And Wilson. Okay, there's Wilson. All right. Threw that out there to Wilson. And here's Just Joe. Good stuff. Let me connect to the party. I said connect to the party. There we go. All right. So Just Joe is in the building. I hope we don't have this weird thing where our mics aren't connecting. That'd be silly. If anything, I could just do Discord. So it's not a problem. All right. Just Joe. All right, let me turn this right here so I can see these comments. All right, Joe and Wilson's both in here, but I think it's doing that thing where we can't hear you guys. And I think I know the issue. So let me try one thing. Let me go to options. I'm already in party chat. I'm going to do not right now. All right, then I'm gonna go back into the options, go to party chat. If it's not that, I just think it's simply I gotta reset my Stadia. Nope. All right, so let's refresh Stadia. I didn't make this stuff up, guys, but I think that's the key. What did Mr. Urban say? Oh, come on, Cloudy, don't say that, man. Don't say that. All right, let me wait to get back in here. So I want Chairman to come with me to Crumbside for 7 days. Connect to the party. All right, there we go. What's up, guys? Oh, maybe. No. I heard a little.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. I got Just Joe.
What's up, man?
What's up, Joe?
How you doing, buddy?
Yo, Joe, you don't understand, man. I'm trying to explain to the people that, God, man, you got so much to do with where I'm at, man. You was the guy that, released me from my contract, so to speak, and said,
Yeah,
man,
well,
go spread your wings.
well, now that you're monetized, I hope I will see a check at some point.
I got your $4. Don't worry about that. But Joe, you left me, man. It was supposed to be you and me taking on the Stadia world together. And what you do?
Well, you were like, oh, I'm going to go play Avengers on Stadia. I'm going to start a whole channel dedicated to Avengers.
But hold on, you were going to be along for the ride, and then what happened? Verizon said, we're going to give you Avengers for free. And you was like, whoa, forget Stadia, for free on PlayStation. That's what happened, Joe.
And then I played it for 5 minutes.
And you never came back to me. It's messed up, man.
Sorry.
Messed up. Chill is in the building. What's up, Chill? So, Wilson, can we not hear you? His mic is not working. All right, cool. So, guys, we are going to play. This is cool. Let me tell you the story. So, I told you guys earlier, but Joe seen me playing this. And, Joe, I don't know if you know, but I just started playing this. Like, I had this for a year. Vet had gave me this a year ago, and I never played it. And so, I only played the demo with you on PlayStation. And that was the only time I played it. So then since it was a pro game, I said, okay, let me find, well, I had to play it because I play every pro game just to do my little first impressions. So I played it. I remember. Okay, cool. And then here we go. So you said, hey, let me know when you ever want to play. And I was like, dude, to play with Just Joe, let's make this thing happen. So here we are.
Yeah, because I mean, when was that demo? That was a long.
That was over a year ago. Because remember, this game came out last April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was a year ago. David, can you hear us through the chat? That's the question. My guy, Wilson. You guys let me know if this is too loud or whatever. Here, let me check myself. Loud or whatever. Yeah, I think it sounds just right. Just right. So, Joe, I don't know if you know or not, but yesterday I did something crazy where I walked around the mall with my cowboy hat on and was asking people if they heard of Stadia and cloud gaming.
Oh, God.
I did, yeah.
And
out of, I think, maybe 7 people I went up to, 1 person heard of Stadia and cloud gaming. Yeah. So that's the point I wanted to make, is that this thing isn't popular yet. So when people want, like, oh, Google need to just throw money and get every game. Like, for what? They're going to get it and they still not going to pull in that many people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mess with it that much. Just, this was actually one of the first pro games in a while that I wanted to play.
Yeah, because you never bought this, right?
I did not. And I think it was on sale at one point, but I just never got around to it. And but now as a pro game, I was like, okay, cool, I'll play this. But unfortunately now PlayStation just put out FIFA, so I was like, oh, that might be taking my time.
All right, there we go. Well, yeah, you has always been a FIFA guy. They actually were saying that they're going to be testing crossplay on FIFA on the next gen versions, which is Stadia, PlayStation, and Xbox. So how cool is that? To know Stadia is, next gen version of FIFA.
Yeah, your game invite failed for some reason.
Oh, did it?
Try to join you.
Wow, you said hell no with my game invite?
No, I clicked it and then it said failed.
Oh, maybe I backed out. Maybe I got to stay in this little window first. All right, so I just sent it. All right,
join.
Sent.
Party joining failure. Party, you are trying to join.
Kachil said open it up. Hold up, how do I open it up? I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, Chill said I gotta open it up. Let me move a little closer to the TV. All right, hold on, guys. Let me figure this out. All right, so let me see options for enable crossplay. Wait, you're on Stadia, right?
Yeah.
All right. Chill. He's on. Everybody's on Stadia. Oh, I'll turn crossplay on anyway. All right. Let me see. Stream Connect is on. Oh, I forgot this had Stream Connect. Let me see. Default game privacy is closed. What is that?
Oh, hit L3. Hit the L3. See if that opens it up.
L3.
Yeah.
L3. Oh, click in L3. Okay, L3.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did it do?
Well, it changed. Well, like when I did it, it's a game privacy went from closed to open. So maybe.
Oh, maybe that. Maybe here. Let me try now. Oh, it shows your name is like red now. All right, send invite. Why do you make it like that? If you just want somebody to join your thing, why can't just join? What's up with this close and?
I don't know. Maybe so you can't get pulled into.
Okay, I think you're in there now. Playing Outriders.
Yep.
Right? There we go. All right, so I gotta keep that in mind. All right, so why is this Stadia World? Are you playing with me?
I mean, I'm in a little waiting room with you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Let me send this back to Wilson. Okay, I was looking at a different part. Yeah.
This was supposed to go off at 5:30. It's now 6:11.
Bro.
And then you moved it to 6:45, and then
I did start at 6:45 though. You know what happened? Okay. My guy Wilson was watching somebody else's stream, and he said he was going to jump in with us, but he would have to come in late. So I was like, you know what? I'll stall a little bit, just so you guys know. If you go to my channel, I added a new thing called popular videos. So I put every video that's over 1,000 views is in its own little thing. Anyway, so I was working on that, and when you was like, I could go right now, I know Wilson was going to be a little bit late, so I was like, all right, well, if I could get an extra, 15 minutes. But yeah.
I got you. I mean, I'm used to always waiting on you.
Oh, no. Joe, this ain't the old me. I go on time now. I know it's not looking like it, but I do. See, I'm waiting for, I told you, I'm always waiting for other people. What's up? Right. Now I got Sandy trying to interrupt me. Like, come on. Well, you better say Joe said you need to say forget her. Hey, Wilson, what's going on? So, yeah, click 3, the normal start menu has gotten the privacy down on the button. You can see it on the left below because people can just join. Oh, okay. Without you inviting them. Thanks, Chill. Did you start the game recently or was playing before? I just started the other day. Yo, Purple Haze, the bully in the building. Oh, man. And my guy Hopes. All right, there we go. There go Wilson. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, so I guess I just back up. Okay, got all 3 of you guys. Yo, look at us. All right, continue game. Let's do it. Let's go. So I pretty much killed, like, what, a half an hour went by that fast?
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, guys, if you didn't hear my story, make sure you go to my channel. You got to watch the video from yesterday. Now, I apologize. It was very choppy. I went to Cherry Hill Mall. I had no clue AT&T service was really bad there. However, you guys in the chat kept the video going, and also the panel of people I had on the chat. But I walked around the mall surveying people, asking random people, have they ever heard of Stadia and cloud gaming? All right. So with that said, why are you? Okay, Wilson was standing there looking all funny. All right, so I guess you guys are what, gonna help me go through my story, or can we just run around and attack people? Like, how does this game go?
Yeah, I don't know if we're following your story or not. Like,
I think it's my story because this thing is on the screen. let me just go in here.
Okay.
But I got it to multiplayer, so you know. Hold on. Why it's not letting me go in there? Okay, it says
press
X. Damn, pressing X. Did I hold X? Oh, guess I had to hold X. All right. Project Storm said he's here eating dinner.
You have my screen on there because I got a message about Stream Connect or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Let's do Stream Connect.
Well, it looked like it said it was doing that.
Oh, okay, maybe it will eventually. Man, I'm mad that my guy Wilson can't. We can't hear Wilson.
You got old, my friend.
Oh, I think I seen this already.
In the hallway.
Yeah, I guess.
Seth.
I think
I did this yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Ignoring our pleas for help.
I thought it was on your side.
Yeah, Davey Wilson is in here, Chariot. Hey, chill. Don't talk to Purple, all right? She's a bully. Now, here's the funny thing, Joe. I use this platform called Melon, and the thing is, it's not the greatest on because it's also in the cloud. So when you play videos on it, it don't look as great. But it's weird because it starts where you're in IT. It starts off good, but I guess the longer you're streaming something, then it gets a little choppy if things are moving too fast.
Do you know why I'm in
But
charge?
we're gonna make it do what it do.
Because I'm the only officer left alive.
Oh, what for your streaming stuff?
Yeah, for the people watching.
They're feral.
So I don't use OBS anymore.
Okay. Weren't you using that other thing that
StreamYards?
StreamYards, yeah.
Yeah, I was using that. Well, this is similar StreamYards. I think StreamYards a little more advanced. This has a couple different features, but there was this sale, which was like crazy, but you get this for life for $100. So first I said no when a couple people kept telling me like, no, it's legit, it's legit. And I was like, dude, if it's just $100, so I started using the free trial. And I was like, I feel like StreamYards is a little more polished, but for $100 for life. So I was like, let me try it. And the funny thing is I had paid for StreamYards for the year, which was $240, but I end up using this more.
Maybe there's a reason.
Okay.
So I do like it. All right, I think I can skip this. I watched this yesterday. How did I go skip?
I'm sure this isn't exactly what
D.
you had in mind.
There we go.
So I'm skipping on my screen.
Still, I don't get it.
And we have 2 votes to skip, so.
Oh, okay. Wilson, if you didn't see this before, skip it. If you did, don't worry. We can watch it.
Hello.
Yo, Wilson!
Can you hear me, brother?
We can hear you.
Paul, you lifesaver. Right, Paul suggested in the chat if I should hook up the party chat over my phone instead. Problem is I can't see the chat anymore, but I mean, I can talk now, so
Perfect.
there we go.
There we go. Well, Wilson, meet Joe. Joe, meet Wilson.
Howdy, Joe.
How's it going, Wilson?
It's better now I can talk to you, mate. A lot better. See, the mic's not even broke. I can talk to you if I plug the mic into my phone, but the Stadia controller's having issues with it.
Oh, with the wire that you put in? Stadia controller?
Well, the thing is, it's the same wire, because Stadia doesn't like to use built-in microphones on Android, so I've still got to use the headset. So it's the same microphone that isn't working through my Stadia controller is working
strange.
when I'm using it on my phone. I don't get it at all.
Well, it's working now.
Yeah, it's working now.
All right, let's do it. How far did you get in this, Wilson?
I'm like 4 chapters or something in. I'm like, there's like little different maps, and I'm on like the 4th map.
Okay. So when I first played the demo, me and Just Joe over a year ago, I didn't like it because I felt it just felt like Division, a cover shooter. But everybody said, no, you got to play it longer because when you get your powers up, then you don't have to duck and cover. Duck and cover. It's more about actually killing to stay alive or powerful.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, I've only been playing it for a handful of days, but from what I've noticed, it's like the Division, but it's a lot faster. You're not just sat around cover all the time. Like, depending on what class you are, I think, anyway, I picked Trickster, which is the one where you're, like, constantly behind enemy lines and you're meant to be running around. That's the design for the class.
So I like, you know, Devastator. And let me ask the chat a question. So this game is similar to, you know, well, is it considered live service? I guess they did add some DLC, but they said when they made it, that they planned wasn't. They didn't know if they would keep adding stuff to it, right? It's not the traditional live service that you're used to. So, reason why I'm asking this question is, you guys know I like Marvel Avengers, right? And that is a live service game. So, I'm asking the chat this question. So, Embracer Group just bought a bunch of studios from Square Enix, and one of them was Crystal Dynamics, which makes Marvel Avengers. So Marvel Avengers has a contract with Disney in order to use the Marvel licenses, right? So, or should I say Square Enix has a, not Square Enix, sorry. Crystal Dynamics has a contract. So the question is, do you guys think the Embracer Group or Disney is going to renew their contract? Because the Embracer Group, they made a statement. They said they're pretty sure they will renew it. Well, my question is this. We all know that Marvel Avengers was kind of a failure for the overall. So do you think Disney will be like...
What, did I just hear that?
I mean, I'm a real individual, Joe. So that's just stats, all right? I can't hide behind it. Yes, I like the game, but it is not my fault. They admitted that they felt it was a failure, and they lost a lot of money. Anyways, whatever, Joe. I know that makes you happy to hear that. So, so my question is, do you think that Disney might just say, you know what, we could just, you know, separate ties and not renew, and not, you know, well, they're not really taking a loss. Their name is just tied to it. So what do you guys think? What do you guys with me think, and what do you guys in the chat think? Oh, look at that. Oh, that was cool. So, Joe, what's your thoughts? And Wilson, what's your thoughts?
Joe?
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to what you were saying.
Okay, so
I was focusing on the game.
Okay, so there's a company called the Embracer Group. They purchased a bunch of studios from Square Enix, right? So Square Enix is the publisher of Marvel Avengers, but oh wow, look at that. Not Square Enix, but Crystal Dynamics made Marvel Avengers. So the new group is called what do they call it? Emser? I just said their name and I forgot. But anyway, Emser. So they said they're pretty sure, they're confident that Disney, Marvel, will renew their contract because it's a new group that purchased that developer. My question is to you in the chat, both of you guys, do you think Disney will say, hey, we will renew these licenses, or will Disney just say, well, you know what, Marvel Avengers don't really make us any money anyway, or isn't that popular, so we're just going to say, nope, we're not renewing it, and then thus Marvel Avengers will pretty much, they'll just shut it down after they put out the next piece of content, like they had to do with Friday the 13th. So what's your thoughts?
I mean, was it really that much of a failure?
So they did lose. I think they said they lost $63 million at first, but then they grossed a lot of money later on from all of the stuff you buy.
Right.
So, but I think the consensus is still that they lost more than they made more. Actually, the Emser. Man, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah, like how many free copies they give away, and then there was all they had all those promotion with the.
Oh yeah, well when they went to PS Now, they did really good. The player base went up, and when they went to Game Pass, the player base went up as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I wonder how much money they make on that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Turn it. Come on. Ooh, took that head off.
Uh-oh.
Man, come on, what the head? Oh, I had to reload when I had it in my sights. There we go. Oh.
I think it totally depends on what the current plans for the games that they've just acquired.
Okay.
Because the companies that previously owned them have already had a roadmap for them, even though they've not shared it with us. They've had some version of a roadmap.
Yeah, so with Marvel Avengers, there were two known updates that was coming. One of them was just gonna have update, or overhaul to the game, and then the update was bringing Jane Foster. So those are the two things that was actually stated to come out that they're currently working on that's coming out this year, right? Nothing else they actually said was coming out this year. So yeah, you're right. Those two things they have to at least agree with. They still actually are talking about Jane Foster, so on Twitter. But I'm curious if they'll just say, you know what? Well, it's all up to Disney because the Immerser group or the Embracer. Yeah, how did I say their name? Anyway,
see, I think these companies need to figure out what you like, like what you're gonna really like, and then not make that game because two games.
Wow.
That
really, Joe?
Between Anthem,
really,
and,
Joe?
Avengers, you're like the death of these games.
So when I like a game, listen, you know what's funny? You might be right because I stopped playing Destiny and that thing is thriving. So what you're saying is if I go back to Destiny, it's gonna go downhill?
It's possible.
Nah, I think Destiny is on its way. Nothing's taking Destiny down. Let me see what the chat got to say. So Holt said, oh, he's talking to Mr. Let me see what Mr. said. Warner Brothers has some heavy hitters, some heavy hitting games released. I have never paid attention to them. And then Chill said, I think Avengers is done, and he's a big Avengers fan. So Barber said, Mr. Herbero, there's an article yesterday about a possibility that Warner Brothers Games division could be potentially bought by the likes of Xbox, PlayStation. Yeah. So I did see that as well. They were saying that they're planning on, well, AT&T owns Warner Brothers, but that Warner Brothers was looking to sell their IPs. Yo, this whole thing is crazy. All these IPs is like, it's going crazy. People are buying stuff like crazy. Okay, so
yeah, I don't like it. All these mergers, all these bigger companies buying up these. I can't even say smaller companies. They're just slightly smaller, big companies than what they are. I don't like it, man. I don't like centralization and corporatization. But you already know my feelings on all of this. It's the whole privacy and data collection and all that type of stuff.
But the chat don't know your feelings. Wilson, you want to let them in on what you're talking about?
Well, I don't trust big corporations. Like, it's funny that we're talking about this over Google Stadia, but I don't trust Google, man. I don't trust them. I don't like these big, heavy-hitting corporations compiling our data, buying up smaller companies so then they can access more and more data that we never really thought was worth anything, but when they get their greedy hands on it all, they can use it to manipulate us, and they can use it to point things in our faces that we don't want pointing in our faces. But
yeah, but
you know what I mean? I don't like none of that stuff, man. And it's just
here's my thing, though.
The monopoly that comes from them getting more and more IP and more companies in different markets. It's not innately bad, but it's got like bad repercussions surrounding it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's my thing. If some stuff you're worried about them pretty much taking your data and then trying to say, hey, I know you want this toothbrush because I heard you talking about it to your friend and your phone microphone listened to you, right? But that doesn't mean you have to buy the toothbrush, right? So I feel like I hear your concerns, but your concerns is only a concern if you're forced. To me, if you're forcing me to do something I don't want to do, then it's a concern. But if I'm not really being forced and it's just you using your I guess your ability to grab data and try to get people to purchase or make purchases based off that data, I don't have a problem with that.
I get what you mean, but there's also social influence plays a massive factor. So like you might not decide to want to buy that toothbrush, but if you see it like 3 or 4 different times being sponsored, and then people who've also bought it, who've shared a photo or something, their posts get put on the top of your timeline, so you get jealous about it. All of these things play a factor, and I don't like the idea that big corp can use all of these little aspects of our data to manipulate how our lives go, and they do use it to manipulate how our lives go to benefit their pockets, because that's all it's for. The bottom line is to benefit their pockets. And yeah, sometimes it helps us out healthcare wise and with some things ethically, but more often than not it doesn't. It's just for their pockets.
It's a heavy conversation.
That's my issue. What?
I said it's a heavy conversation. Let's see what Purple Haze got to say.
I'd
Let's
love
see.
to be able to see, but I can't see the chat currently.
I'm gonna read it for you.
Cool.
She said they just. Well, she might be talking to Mr. Urbanwell. Mr. Urbanwell is always having side conversation and everybody's thing. So let me back up. I gotta see if he's talking about this, which he probably isn't. So Twisted Barber said positioning themselves for virtual network. Mr. Urbanwell said AT&T suspended many dividends. LOL. And then so he's talking about the Warner Brothers thing. Mr. Urbanwell says, so I sold my shares a while back. Twisted Barber said Potter is going to be bonkers. He's talking about Harry Potter. Purple Haze said they brought it back, Mr. Urbanwell, and she said they just cut the dividends. So apparently nobody's talking about a Google thing. But Purple Haze says Google won't buy content, at least not under the current leadership at the company. So I guess she's talking about like gaming. Like Google's not looking to.
Is that specific to Stadia?
Right. Google's not looking.
Current leadership isn't invested in Stadia.
I think because of immersive stream, they probably are more invested in Stadia. Because immersive stream seems like a really great way for them to make money. And by, utilizing this amazing tech to give it out, to sell it out or rent it out to others. And I feel that Stadia is the way for someone to say, hey, I was thinking about your tech, but does it work? And so it's like, yeah, check out Stadia. You can check it out. We got a player base. People are playing it. It totally works. Oh, I keep getting through this rock thing. Oh, she won it. Hey, I got to get this fire off me. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why it hasn't caught on, but
What, Stadia?
yeah,
It's cloud gaming, man. Joe, what'd I say? I went to the mall. I asked about 7 people randomly, and 1 person knew what even cloud gaming was.
man.
So I just think that's what it is. I just think it's like purchasing digital stuff. My friends used to be like, oh my god, you buy games digitally? What if Sony goes out of business? I was like, what? Like literally, that was their reason. I don't want to buy my games digitally because what if Sony goes out of business? I'm like, I mean, I hear you, but so I just feel like cloud gaming is no different than all the other things, like Netflix when they first started to do cloud streaming. I think the word cloud backs people up too, right? No one ever says I'm going home to watch Netflix on the cloud. Never. They just say, oh, I'm going to stream Netflix, or I'm just going to watch Netflix. So maybe the word, and I see PlayStation's being slick when they keep talking about PlayStation Plus, the new PlayStation Plus. They just say streaming, like they leave out the word cloud a lot. I've been noticing that.
Do you think there's connotations around the term cloud?
I think so. I think the word cloud says not yet ready. That's what I think. People hear the word.
I think the term cloud says data, and it's the negative connotation to data that I constantly talk about. When people think about cloud, they think about all the modern day leaks of nudes and celebrities and data hacks from Anonymous and all that type of stuff.
Yes,
I think that's a big turn off. But I don't think that's the main issue. I noticed something the other day. I kind of realized something is that, well, gamers are all kind of in a camp. We're all kind of like in a tribe in a way, aren't we? It's kind of like
Correct.
Football fans.
It's
like
tribalism.
You support who you support. So, like over in there, you support the Raiders or whoever, and over here you support Chelsea or Manchester United.
Or
and
Liverpool.
You don't swap a team even if you move. If that was your team, that was your team. Like that's your team for life.
Right.
So unless you fall out of the gaming sphere and then come back to it, like with no team, then you're probably already in PlayStation as a camp, or Xbox, or even PC. So the only people who are going to come to Stadia are the stragglers who fell out of gaming and came back, like me, or this. You know how I made that joke about there's a lot of casual dad gamers in Stadia?
Yeah.
Well, that's why, because it's the people who fell out of gaming, and this is a nice, easy way.
And then it's also the tech people, right? And then I think it's 3
people.
Yeah, I think
those are the 2 groups.
No. It's one more. It's the budget gamers, the people that could play a AAA game or games without purchasing a console. I think those are the 3. So you got.
I think they fall into the same category as the casual gamer.
Okay.
The one who's coming back to gaming. who's kind of like they're just looking for a foot in, and that like they can't afford a console. They're not looking at spending 500 quid, but a tenner for a subscription, or 50 quid for a controller, and I can get going with a couple of games.
No, because I think there's some people who get back into gaming, and they just, again, gaming is a popularity contest. So they get back into gaming and they go back to what they know. So let's say if I was a PlayStation fan 10 years ago and I say, okay, I want to get back into it. What does PlayStation have now? I might say, okay, I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5 because I used to be a PlayStation fan. But I think there's specific people who are budget gamers like, dude, I just like gaming, and this allows me to game for a very low cost of entry.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like we
mean.
should make 3 categories, you know?
I think casual gamer doesn't have to be a category, but more the other category is just the people who need it for accessibility, whether you're a casual gamer or whether you're on budget restraints. Or it's for people who need accessibility, who don't have access, or like access to another platform isn't something that they'd be interested in. Oh bloody hell, we've nailed it again.
Yeah, right? That's cool. I will say this though, this game is kind of cool, and I can't wait to play it more. So I'm just saying, guys, nobody kill me, but I still am a melee guy. I prefer punching and kicking and all that, and doing combos, like as if it was a fighting game. So this is still more of a gun-based game. So I like it, but like as I played, I was like, man, I wish I could run up to this guy and start punching him and slamming him like in Marvel Avengers.
You can't really slam, but you can run up to him and do all sorts of like slashy type stuff as this trickster. I've just not tried to do too much because I'm a bit too high level. That's why his health's so low so fast.
Oh, nice. I was wondering why his health was tearing him up.
Yeah, I didn't realise, but I just blasted him a few times.
Hey man, listen, take him out. Me and Joe won't be mad at you. Right, Joe?
You know it.
All right, let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Y'all know Cloudy V gotta have some deep stuff to say. Crow Resin's in the building. Let me see.
Bro,
We must speak.
Miss Irwin said, when I think of Cloud, I think of Nas. LOL. Okay. Purple said, I also think Cloud native games is totally different than what Cowboy says. See, here she go. And I'm not even gonna get into it because she don't know what the hell Cloud native means. But she said totally different. My guy Paul, Mr. Barber Plays said Joe knows what's up. Don't agree with Joe. Right? Don't ever do that. Let me see. Crow said, don't forget the gamers who can't afford fine video cards and new computers. See, that's what I was saying. Those guys. Hope said, right, I know it wasn't Wilson or Cowboy, though. I missed the intro, so mad respect for saying Liverpool. Yeah, my guy Joe.
I should play at being a god like you.
So Joe is a Liverpool fan.
Playing.
Yep.
And Holtz is
Nice
also
win today.
Or something even more. Altars and Outriders.
Cloudy V said the cloud gaming train hasn't even left the station, but once their wheels start churning and the general population that aren't hardcore gamers gets it, it's gonna explode. No, listen, I agree.
yeah, that's
Like-
a big factor of it all. Is it's just still so young, isn't it?
Purple said there's also mobile gamers who are interested in expanding their game experience. I agree. Purple said you haven't expanded the number of gamers, period. And Paul said, I love gaming and new tech, hence why I bought all the new console gaming laptops and still uses cloud gaming daily. Chill said, well, Melee then stop shooting. Oh, well, Melee then. Yeah, I do Melee, but you got that one little whack Melee where I just throw out one punch. Like, that's not special. It don't look
You
cool.
want to try the Trickster class, because they've got a bunch of their skills that are like slashes and things like
Yeah,
that.
that sounds cool.
I'm really enjoying them. You slash and run around doing different like dashes and slashes and teleports and stuff. It's really good. And every melee puts your shield back up, so you do get rewarded for being
Sure,
in the
it's done.
fray.
So, Mr. Irwin has a question. He said, Cowboy, how long have you been a data analyst? I did work for, Joe and I worked for a company for many years, and it was market research. That's what he did. But I think for 6 years I was a research interviewer. So that's when my job was to gather information, but I won't call myself a data analyst.
I love the stream connect on this game, you know.
Yo, I forgot it's even on. Damn.
You see it there on the bottom left?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. You know why? Because the other game's just on the right.
Ah, yeah.
So I wasn't even paying, because this game is new to me. So for me, it's just a bunch of things on the screen.
Oh, I love this game, man. If you ever get the chance, you should stop and pay attention to some of the story. It's got me on the edge of my seat.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, the story did start off really good.
Oh, I love how the prologues just got you, like, loving this, like, whole new alien planet and thinking, oh, it's kind of like, it's a bit grim, but it's like the expansion of America, moving into a new territory and all that. But then you wake up 30 years later and there's just this endless war going on, and everyone's insane, and
yeah, 31 years later, right?
Something like that.
Chill said, LOL, he's not using any skills, just shooting. I was using some skills, but they're kind of just basic. Like my dude jump in the air and fly down. All right, that's cool, I guess. And then the one thing, I punch the ground and the thing travels. Cool. You know, I get it. This is more of a gun-focused game, unless I guess I use the tricks, right?
Yeah, you want to try this class out. You can do all sorts. Like, which one's you?
I'm a Devastator. Chill said, I'm only interested in cloud gaming because I'm not a dedicated gamer. I play casually. That's cool. Yeah. He said, I'm not going back to console gaming. I am thinking about it, though. I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 whenever I see one. And it's not a bundle that I don't want.
See, I don't mind the idea of console gaming, but I'm that person that you said who's got, like, a low budget and just kind of wanted some way to get back into the gaming sphere.
That makes sense.
How do I get back?
The thing is, like, I play Stadia now, and yes, I'm limited on what games I can play. Yeah, there are a few hiccups here and there, and devs aren't always the most communicative. But, like, it is the same as playing on a console, so the only thing I'd gain from buying a console, really, is getting access to more games.
Yeah.
Which, I like that. I definitely like that. But give Cloud a few more years, they'll easily have the same capacity of games, so it's not really a big concern for cloud gamers.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating.
So I'll say this, and I'm trying to be vocal because you know, obviously I'm a content creator, and I've been playing with people for over 2 years now on Stadia. I love Stadia; it's cool. And some people may know me as just the Stadia guy. There was one point in time where I didn't play anything, but recently I've been renting some games on my PlayStation that I've been playing with my wife, right? But
recently you've not been streaming any Stadia.
Oh my god, yeah. According to Purple Haze, I only stream PlayStation. But I will say this: I was always a PlayStation guy, which Joe knows, right? I know Joe actually, you know, we used to work together for many years, so he knew that I was a PlayStation guy. And yeah, if PlayStation would have had Stadia tech, I would have never even tried Stadia. If PlayStation Remote Play would have been good, I would have never tried Stadia either, right? So I'm being honest. So my thing is I fell in love with Stadia because, as Joe knows, there's times where I travel and, you know, my wife, oh, you can't take your PlayStation. And guess what? Stadia allowed me to just take my phone and a controller and I could still game. All right, cool. But I think what's happening to me is that I said earlier in MM2K chat, Stadia is great, but I feel like I need more, right? For instance, I'm a picky gamer, so when people say, I want Elden Ring, I want Dying Light, I want this and that, I'm like, it's not my games, I don't care, right? I could play Marvel Avengers for a long time, I'm good, right? But now...
It's a grind.
Huh?
Because it's a grind.
I play it differently than that, though. I just play it to punch enemies in the face and slam them around with the hook. I play it like it's an action-adventure game. But I will say this. When I was the main guy saying the best racing game on Stadia is Fast and the Furious, I'm the best. I'm challenging people. I'm hoping it comes to Stadia Pro so more people could play it. Then they showed it had DLC. I got excited. Oh man, I'm tweeting out the devs and everything, right? I go to buy the DLC and I'm like, oh, it's not there. I guess it's just not there yet. You know, Stadia's been known to get some DLC a little late. Whatever. Big deal. It's just an update they need. The next day I don't see it. And then I said, all right, I'll figure it out. About a week later, the dev said, it was never our intentions to bring the DLC to Stadia. I'm like, what?
Meet Jane.
How are you gonna put a game on a platform and don't intend to put the DLC? And I realized cloud gaming is new,
Wait, Shira.
and it is the redheaded stepchild of gaming. These devs feel like, we'll give you what we give you, and Google and Stadia got to take what they could get. And I said when a Business Insider leak or whatever article came out, that Stadia I still like. However, if Google made a statement or Stadia and said, yes, we are not going after AAA titles at all, then I would have a problem with Stadia, because I love that Stadia, like Wilson said, you could get this, you get that, you have the potential to get this or that game. But what it is looking like is Stadia is kind of like, listen, we know cloud gaming isn't popular, but we know the three categories of gamers we just all said. We know these people love our tech and love Stadia, and they won't really care to have the Elden Rings and the Dying Lights into this. They will be sufficient to have the Ubisoft games and certain other games. And I kind of am okay with that, but then I'm not. Because if you ain't going to get DLC for a game I like, that bothers me. I'm just saying. So it opens me up to, damn, I'm telling you guys, whenever I turn on my PlayStation and it's loading and I got an update, it drives me. You ask my wife, she's like, why would you get a PlayStation 5? I watch you get so pissed off when you turn your PlayStation 4. I know. But next month on the 13th, no, this month, damn, it's May. Friday the 13th, Evil Dead comes out. And I'm a picky gamer. There's not many games I even care about, but that game looks cool. Joe, you remember we used to play Friday the 13th. The Evil Dead looks like an advanced version of Friday the 13th. I'm like, dude, that game looks like up my alley. I can't even fathom to say Stadia will get it. Well, some people said because Saber Interactive is also making that. So since the World War Z is on Stadia, that Stadia might get that. But there's no logo. There's nothing. And I get it. Stadia is new. But for me, maybe I'll just get a PlayStation 5 to have that backup. But then I start thinking, because of the DLC issue, that then why would I buy a game on Stadia? Because I originally said, okay, I'll get a PlayStation 5, but I'll still buy my games on Stadia. But now it's like, well, if I got a PlayStation 5, and you know Sony's going to get everything, why would you still buy your stuff on Stadia? Yes, you'll be able to play your games anywhere. PlayStation's not going to give me that, even though they're coming out with their own subscription service that will be in the cloud, right? Like Game or xCloud. Cool. That's coming next month, or the 26th of this month to Asia, the 13th of next month to America. Cool. But I know I won't be able to play all my PlayStation games like I can with Stadia anywhere I want. But I feel like I'll just have to suck it up. Buy your games on PlayStation, because you know they'll get whatever, and keep Stadia Pro. And when I do go somewhere, away from my home, guess what? I'll be rocking my Stadia hard as hell in the hotel rooms or wherever I go on vacation. And I'll still be able to play with my friends. So keep getting Stadia Pro. So when they drop those multiplayer games like this, I can play with my friends like I'm doing right now. But if there was a game like Evil Dead I have to have, it just seems like maybe I should buy it on PlayStation. Does that sound wrong to the chat or any of you guys?
No, that makes... I get exactly what you mean. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
What do you think
The thing about Stadia is the thing about edginess, because that's what Stadia is. It's the bleeding edge of tech, and anything that's edgy, whether it's bleeding edge or like society's edginess, it's some things fall off. So an edgy person every now and then does something that's just a bit too much, and it's cringy, and they push the boundary too far.
Right.
They push the envelope, and it's the same thing with bleeding tech. Like, it's really amazing, but every now and then it tries too hard and it falls short of the mark and it doesn't quite do what you need it to do. And I think that's kind of what's happening at the minute. Is it's bleeding edge. So some things are falling short of what we want them to. Some things are falling off the edge, like the DLCs that we want, like some extra games. But that's what happens with new experimental things, is they don't hit all the same marks that you're used to hitting. Not while they're new and while they're young. Yeah.
No, I agree. It's new tech, so you have to wait. Like, I know Stadia is going to be getting all the great games, because one day cloud gaming will be a normal thing, just like digital gaming, right? Look at it now. They make a PlayStation that has no disk drive. That's how popular digital gaming came, right? So I know that will be a thing one day. It's just that as a gamer, now remember, I never stopped gaming, so I'm not the guy who didn't game for a while. I'm not the budget gamer because I could buy a PlayStation. I went to buy a PlayStation. I was going to buy one the other day, but they just had only bundles. They didn't have what I like. If they had a bundle that I like, I would have spent the $800, right? And then the techie guy, that's me. Look at my damn phone. It's a folding phone, right? So I get it. Like when this phone came out, all my friends were like, "Oh, it's gonna break in 2 days," and technology can't be good to make a phone that folds. And I'm like the guy that's like, "Hey, I'm the guy that likes emerging tech. I'll be the what do they call it when you're the early adopter, right? That's me, right?" Joe, remember when Stadia? Me and Joe was talking about Stadia, like, should we get the Stadia thing? And I think the same thing for Joe. What got us was they said it would be free upgrade. So we was like, okay, so the next PlayStation, we didn't know how much it would cost. But wait, if we could just get AAA games on this new cloud thing and it just don't cost anything to upgrade, that'd be cool. Because one of the things that I fear is I'll buy a PlayStation 5 and then 2 years later they'll come out a PlayStation 5 Pro. And I'd be like, really? Really?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's, you have the big investment or whatever. I mean, the one problem I think also that happens is like you got like Angry Joe, and he always kinds of, the way he talks about Stadia is a little deceiving, where he's always saying like you have to have the subscription to buy the games. Like it's kind of deceiving. Like you don't have to have Pro, you just buy a game,
right?
And like they always make it feel like, well, if you're paying for the subscription, you should get all these games. Like almost like every game that's on Stadia should be in that $10 thing,
right?
But it's not how it works. Like
No.
any system, you have to buy the game. So I think they're a little deceiving with the way they talk about things, and that could be a turnoff for some of the people that watch them.
And I think Stadia does it. Sometimes they mess themselves up a little bit too, because when they advertise Pro and you go to do a 30-day trial, and then you got to put in your credit card information, and people are like, whoa. So I feel like they're getting better at making it easier. Like I don't know if you know, Joe, but they got this new stuff now where somebody could just go on the store and not even have a Stadia account and just play a game just to see if they like it. Somebody could just get a link to a game and play the game for like 2 hours just to see if they like it. And that's pretty cool.
Like a demo type thing?
Yeah. Like, well, a trial, but yeah. Because demo is something you can play over and over and over. Yeah. And it's something I'm supposed to be doing.
The bleeding edge, that's something else that they've slightly messed up, where you can only do it in the browser version.
Well, yeah. Yo, Lukey6 is in the building. What's up, man? Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see. Let me see. So, yo, Cowboy, did you delete that app from yesterday? Also, you get the $20 voucher that he mentioned. I did not get a $20 voucher, and I didn't delete it yet. What did he say? I thought he said, like, I gotta wait a week or two or something like that, right? Purple Haze said that's on the dev. She said, like, question, Cowboy, at Cowboy. What question? Purple Haze? Let me back up. Oh, she said, no, I said you stream mostly PlayStation. See, the reason why I don't look at I stream mostly PlayStation is because I only stream that with my wife, right? It's like a game her and I are playing together. You don't see me like playing PlayStation by myself where I'm like, guys, I'm doing this stream today. That's why I look at it differently. You like getting to play with my wife is cool. But that's not like my main, that's not like, oh man, I'm about to play my game. I'm playing my wife. Now, granted, the games I'm playing was cool, It Takes Two was cool. I'm having fun with the Resident Evil remakes. But it's not like, I can see if you seen me like streaming, I don't know, God of War or something, right? You'd be like, oh man, he's really getting into this game that he liked. Or if you see me streaming a multiplayer online game, there you go. I'm a multiplayer guy, right? So if you see me streaming like, I don't know, Marvel Avengers on, or let me not say Marvel Avengers because I got it on Stadia, even though I did use it for my sons. But if you see me, what am I supposed to be doing, guys? I know Joe is doing something, right? It says just Joe.
Just mention to that guy that you're talking to that you need to go somewhere. I think it's the top one.
Okay, I thought it said that earlier, and then it took me to this screen. What do I do?
Yeah, and then you need to pick the next location. We're at the one in the bottom left. You just need to go to the one that's slightly further up.
Okay, wait. So this one, the free city is where, that's the first city is where we went to. But it says
So
travel.
That's where we need to go now.
Oh, I thought that's what I pressed, and then that's where the guy was at. All right.
No, click it. Hold
Okay.
on. Yeah, now we should be traveling there.
Oh, well, it still got the little symbol by the guy. Oh, okay, there you go. All right. Let me see. If I missed anything, guys, write the word question, because then I could, you know, that'd be real big, and I'll see that. Let me see. Ryzak's in the building. Say, yo, Cowboy, your mama knows that she likes me more than you. You know, Ryzak, your mama knows that I'm your stepdaddy. Saying. Ellis says, gotta get Evil Dead Day 1. I don't know, bro. It looks really good. It does look really good.
Everyone's really hyped about that coming on.
Well, you know what it is? If you're into the asymmetrical games, you know, like Dead by Daylight, even the Predator game that's on PlayStation, even Joe that we end up buying together, but we don't play. No, Joe, did you buy the Predator game?
No, wasn't it a PlayStation like free game, or was I doing it like through your account or something like that? I forget.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Was that in the Hunt Showdown?
Yeah, that's right. You was using my account for that. Yeah. So Dead by Daylight. Even they got one of those games on Stadia. Where you got the little kids. Actually, it's funny because the evil guy, I was calling him Wilson. I did a stream like a while ago, and I would call the evil dude Wilson, which is funny because you're Wilson. But wow, how did that come back around? What is that game called? It's like the little kid, and he walked by his neighbor's house, and he think his neighbor like hurt somebody or something.
Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, Hello Neighbor. So they got a Hello Neighbor that's also an asymmetrical game where it's like one of the people is the bad guy, but it's a whole bunch of people. Anyway, so you got a couple games like that. But Evil Dead looks really cool. Like, it looks like it's taken what I liked from... Because I think the best one is Friday the 13th. I like that better than Dead by Daylight, right? But it looks like it's taken everything that was really cool about Friday the 13th and putting it to the next level. Like, you're going to be able to run around with each other and kill, like, computer enemies as somebody else is out there as the main bad guy. And it looks cool. All right, anyway. All right, let's go. Let me try to get more into these powers since Chill said I'm not using these powers right. Oh, God, I'm about to fall to my death.
Yeah, we played that Friday the 13th a lot there.
Oh, shit. Remember every Friday the 13th, I would dress up as Jason? Like, we really was so invested in that game, man. That's a fun game. And that game was cool because that was, 7 versus 1? Like, think of that. It was an 8-player game. Like, that was cool. Come. What? Oh, somebody trying to snipe me.
I know you like to game it up on easier modes, Cowboy, but if you want to turn up the difficulty at all, you unlock the next world, so yeah,
Oh, well, you said I unlock better stuff if I got it on a harder difficulty?
Yes, yeah.
Alright, cool. I'll keep it on easy. Listen, you're super powerful. You just, well, I guess for you.
Carry us through.
Yeah, just carry us through, man.
No.
Let me see if I like this game. I don't want it to be too hard, and then I'd be like, man, this game is hard.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I don't blame you. Nothing worse than turning yourself to the game too fast.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? I like to put games on easy at first, just so I could see if I actually like the game. That's when I could get into the controls, right? Like, oh man, it's, you know, controls cool, it's everything about it. Oh, guys, my wife has brought my dinner. Check it out. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I haven't did this in a while, Sandy. That means you haven't been cooking in a while. About to get fired. Now we gonna have to eat way too much. But it does feel like she haven't. When's the last time you guys see me bring my dinner on the screen? That was like a thing I did. It was a daily ritual. Folks used to be like, what did you got for dinner today? So I gotta ask you this. Actually, both of you guys. Well, no, Joe, you probably can't answer this properly. But Wilson, what's your thoughts between this and Marvel Avengers?
See, there's no real direct comparison. The games that this compares to really easily is Destiny, Division, and Gears of War. That's everyone I've talked to who we talk about this game with. We always say, oh, it's very much a mixture of all these three. Everyone said it's a mixture of those three.
And I like the Division.
Yeah, yeah. Joe is a Division guy. Man.
To me, it feels like the Division, but like a step above in it's a bit more arcadey. Like the Division feels like a very tactical cover and shoot style loot and shooter, but this feels like a bit more of a fun arcade version of that, where you've got powers, you can run around a bit. You're not trying to be as tactical as you are enjoying yourself and like having some mayhem. You know what I mean?
Good point.
Comparing it to Avengers, I mean Avengers, like I play Avengers like you do as well. I don't play it like you play,
like chill,
like you meant to, like a looter. I don't do it like that, grinding it out. I like to adventure around, pretend I'm a superhero, and go, I'm Iron Man. Let me get into the Hulk stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get the same type of enjoyment out of this as I do out of that, to be honest, because I'm really enjoying this class. Like I say, you run around, you're dashing here, there, and everywhere. You're just cutting everything up. You don't feel like you're getting hurt that much.
I gotta try that. I gotta try that one then, man.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky picking this class out of all the four. I think this is the one that's probably going to have been my favorite.
So whenever I play a game, I'm always trying to be like the tank character, right? Like, in Anthem, I was the Colossus first, and Destiny, I picked the Titan, right? I like Hulk, right? But I like melees in a game, right? So I feel like, imagine if they blended a game, right? And they made like the gunplay in this, but then the combat was just as good as the combat is in Avengers. That would be pretty cool. And
I haven't played it, but what about this mixed with Anthem? Would that be like a really good ideal game? Because I would imagine from what I've seen of Anthem, like some magical powers on top of it with
you know what?
With all the different anomaly combinations that you've got on this. I think that would
here comes the talk about Iron Man and the flying.
So
here we go.
Joe, he asked me a question, Joe. So he asked if you was to merge this with Anthem. I feel like Anthem's like an advanced version of this game. What you like in this game, if you picked Anthem up right now, you would feel like the person who made this probably made Anthem. They got the same R1.
I'm so good I missed out on that, man.
Yeah,
the more and more you talk about that game with me.
Anthem was amazing to me. Amazing. So Anthem plays more like this. It's more of a gun game than where Avengers is a melee game. Anthem is what you're playing here, just imagine if you could fly and you had, I haven't got all the guns in this game, but if you had some guns that shoot like lasers, some guns that shoot a beam that ricochet off walls, they just had some really cool type of weapons instead of just bullet-based weapons. They had So, yeah, if you like this game, man, you would just fall.
And we wound up playing Anthem together at some point. I think you just kind of were helping me get through it, and one time through, get through the story, it was fine. It was just not a game I wanted to grind through and do all that stuff. The same with Destiny. When Stadia had, gave out Destiny, they had all the previous stuff, all the, I played through it, I had fun, but then after a while, it's like, okay, now you have to do all your dailies and do all this stuff. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm out.
The cool thing about Avengers,
when it became too much of a grind.
Exactly.
Avengers, I think the cool thing they did, because, and I said this, Joe, and I made a video. You guys can see this. I made a video 2 years ago. I think it's been that long, right? Or almost 2 years. That Avengers. I guess Avengers would be out 2 years this September 1st. So I made a video and I said, please, I hope they don't make this game loot based. Where I said, I hope the loot isn't cosmetic where you feel you have to get something and it make you have to run around and I need this, and I was right. The reason why I could play Avengers and I don't feel like I'm playing Destiny, and you know I played Destiny for 5.5 years straight, that was my main game, is because nothing really changed on Avengers. When you grind and you get stuff, only thing you notice is you hit harder, you do more damage, right? So I don't care if I'm playing with Chill and he does, if I hit somebody and it takes 5,000, but if he hits somebody it takes 20,000, I'm just still having fun punching and flipping. And so that's the cool thing with Avengers. You don't feel like I need to do my dailies and I need to fight my villain sectors. I don't feel that at all, because you don't really notice what you get making that much of a difference unless you pay attention to the numbers. And that's why Avengers to me I like a lot. Like, I play it as if it's Devil May Cry, where I'm just running, or God of War. Like, you just run around beating the hell out of people. And, yeah, you level up by getting new items or new gear. And then that's it. And you just keep leveling up. So.
I've said it a million times recently, mate. I think way too many games nowadays are going down this whole looter route when they could just go down the route of having a good story, having some fun things that are, like, iconic in the game to collect. And leaving it at that. Like, who wants to pick up 1,000 things that are the same but have slightly different statistics and grind it out?
Yep.
And you could pick up 100 that are completely different and they're iconic, and it's slow to pick them up, but when you get them they're incredibly unique and they've got special abilities and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more rewarding. It's a more rewarding style of play, having like something like that where at the end of like a really intense mission with a good compelling story to it, you get something good out of it that makes sense, rather than just getting like 13 adept graviton payload gauntlets or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I listen, I totally hear you. That's what had got me with Destiny. So I played Destiny for so long.
That was one of my few turn-offs for it.
Yeah, I played that for so long, and eventually I was like, I realized the developers are just making this game for the loot. When I first played it, I felt like, wow, this feels amazing. I'm running around, and there's other people running around, and
100%.
like, yeah, it was cool. And then I felt like, wait, this is just pretty much, no one cares about doing a cool mission and playing together. Everybody is like, oh man, I didn't get that special gun or that armor. That sucks. I'm like, what do you mean it sucks? We just have fun. But that's the way they was pretty much making the game to lead you in that direction. So you want, you know,
or like you would sit there and you go in like multiplayer, and they're only just trying to get what, like, they're not playing like as a team. They're just like, oh, I have to get like, you know, so many headshots or whatever, you know, and then it's just like, well, you're kind of screwing the rest of us up here.
Yeah, people was only in there doing their like challenges or dailies. Like, oh yeah, you're right. I gotta get 3 headshots with this gun. It's like, dude,
do 5 strikes today. I'm just powering through, completely ignoring all the side stuff and just running at the end of the mission type thing. Yeah. Yeah, it really does just suck the fun out of it, but that's it. Game devs and publishers, they don't really design it nowadays, so they design it so it's easy for us to suck the fun out of it.
Right.
Like, and you know what I mean? They don't help us in this endeavor.
Well, think about it, though.
Not all the time, not a lot. Too often, they're building it in this way where it's just, oh, I've got to get the next daily. I've got to finish this next thing. I've got to finish this next thing to get this next piece of loot, to upgrade this, to upgrade this.
Now, here's the thing, right? Can we blame them? Because let's just say, for instance, Stadia, right? If you put your game on Stadia Pro, the more people play it daily, the more money you make. So wouldn't it make sense to make games that nickel and dime you, make you play all day long, right? So it's...
So what about that one game we were playing? That what was that? That fantasy game.
Which one? What was it like?
It was one of the pro games.
On Stadia. Oh, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we got all into that, and then we paid the monthly fee for the extra baggage or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that was actually pretty fun. Like, we played that a lot. Yeah, that had a lot of story to it. I think what was cool about that, you felt like you were on an adventure. Like, when we went out to do a different adventure. You talk to some person, they give you this whole elaborate story, and then you're like, all right, we gotta go in this cave. I don't know if we're strong enough to beat this enemy, bro. You got to use your power to heal us, and you got to do this. And so it had a cool feeling to it, actually.
Yeah, because I like playing, like, you know, the games that, like, okay, here's your task, go do this, like, you know, like the Far Cry and all that stuff, where it's like, okay, go do this, kill that boss, pop, you know.
The only thing with Elder Scrolls was that it's been out for so long. It was like you said, oh, go do this, go do that. Well, it was probably like, not even joking, probably 6,000 things you could do. Go do this, go do that, go do this.
Oh my god! Like, I just was looking at the map and I was like, this is gonna take forever.
Yeah, but it was still fun, but it was a little overwhelming. And then my friend Josh, he was so into it. He was like super powerful, and he's like, no, you gotta do this. And it's like my friend Chill, that's in the chat. You know, when he bring up Avengers, man, you're not that good because your power level, you ain't doing that much damage. Like, dude, can I just play the game? Do I have to be this powerful? And I've been playing it for so long, not being that powerful, not as the other people. So I like when the games allow you to play two different ways. Eventually, the way Destiny was, you just really couldn't do much unless you was forced to do these certain acts. You know, well, let me get to the chat. Let me see. Ella said, I love Anthem. It didn't deserve what it got. I own the Legendary Edition. Yep, me too. Let me see. Mr. Urban World said, what if I gave him a fur coat? See, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Riser said, I want to see Cowboy do a TED Talk. You know, I don't really know what is a TED Talk? You might explain it.
It's like a modern day educated speaker. They don't have to be like formally educated, but someone who's successful in their field goes and talks for TED, which is this organization. I can't remember what it stands for, but the E, it stands for education. It's an education organization, and it's basically like a public lecture, but instead of it being like for a specific study, it's just what this person's kind of successful at. And they'll give you like a general overview for kind of for a layman or for someone who's got an amateur interest.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny? My dream job or dream thing to do would be a motivational speaker. But I always feel like you need a good story, right? Or you need to overcome some stuff in life. I feel like who's listening to just the regular person, I guess? That's the way I guess I look at it. I probably shouldn't look at it like that. But yeah, that would be pretty cool because I love public speaking. Obviously, you know, I walk in front of anybody and start talking. But see, this is what Chill said. He said, yes, Avengers feels like that until you do an OLT or a raid. And I get it. You're saying you need to, yeah, you could have fun, run around and punch people and blah, blah, blah until you do the raid. But here's the cool thing. I don't really have to do the raid. I feel like you only do the raid if you want to get higher gear in order to do the raid again. Like, just think of the cycle.
I want to do the raid, but I just haven't experienced it yet. Right. I'm still absolutely fuming that we planned it like, what, a month ago now, and the game's just too broke and I can't get on.
That does suck.
So sick. I don't get how some people can get on completely fine though, because I mean, you've tried with you've seen it firsthand, haven't you, Cowboy? It doesn't work. It doesn't want to work. But then Kachil says in the Stadia Avengers chat, oh well, I did the OLT last night. I did the raid last night. And I'm like, but how? But how? You jammy git. Do you know what I mean? I want to do the OLT.
Maybe they got on. Maybe the first time it worked, they just didn't exit out. Because remember the time we played it, and it was working and working and working, and I think one of us had exited out, and then it was just broke. So maybe it's one of those things. They got on, and they just kept playing together in a group and never exited.
But he said it a few times now in the chat, so it's not just like a one-off occurrence. They got lucky and got in a group. Like he can regularly team up, and now we regularly can't team up.
Well, maybe we need to try it again. Maybe I don't know. Since last time we did it, it's different.
Maybe Stadia Avengers need to reply to my bug reports. I'm just saying.
Hold on, what'd you say?
I said maybe Stadia Avengers need to book up and reply to my bug reports. I've sent them about 10-15 since matchmaking's been broken. I've not had a single reply off them.
Man.
But I'm sat there in their Discord watching them reply to PS players and Xbox players about their bug reports and giving them fixes and saying, "Oh, we're going to look into it." It's incredibly frustrating, mate. But it's first-hand witnessing this thing that people are complaining about Stadia about is the lack of interest and reason for interest. What's it called? Incentive. There's just not the money in it for developers to really feel incentivized to respond.
Yeah, I get it. It makes sense. I am a little annoyed though. I will say that with the Fast and the Furious DLC thing. I feel like if you're gonna put your game on a system and you didn't intend to bring DLC, that should have been said somewhere.
There's a lot of things that should have been said somewhere. You know what? Like this Marvel Avengers thing, mate. When the update didn't come out for over a week and a half, or was it?
Yeah, that was not cool.
It was scheduled to come out at the exact same time as everything else, and he still didn't comment on it ever. He didn't comment. He just put it up a week and a half late. That should be something that should be commented on. But it's just these are certain things that we don't quite have yet. Because on the bleeding edge, some certain things are forgotten about. Some things fall off the edge.
Well, you know the number one issue, though, is player base.
Well, what do you mean? Lack of?
Yeah, lack of. So the fact that the player base is small, it means the money that these developers and stuff are making is small, right? If you only got limited resources to work on something, chances are you'll push off the one that you're making the least amount of money on. And I just feel like that's the thing. But that's why if you ask me, what should Stadia do? If Stadia did one thing today, what would you do? And I would say open in a new market. Some people say go to Gen 2. Well, that just means this stuff going to look better and play smoother. But what does that mean? You think just because Gen 2 is... If that was the case, I'd be on GFN when they got the 3080. So Stadia needs to open in a new market so they can have brand new players.
Expand its market.
Expand
its market so it can expand its bases 110%.
Yep. Yeah, I think that would be the number one thing.
And there's a few simple ways to do it. Like off the top of your head, you could go into the VR market. You could do what people are saying and go into the App Store, the Google Play Store. You could what was the other one I was about to list on?
Taking it back to my truck.
Oh, I can't remember. It was my first example, but I saved it for the end, and now it's gone.
You have no idea. There's a briefcase.
But there's two different ones. You know what I mean? There's a handful of things that they could do, and I'm sure they've got a handful of things that they've already thought of. But it's what are they going to implement next? Because we're talking about all these things. We've been discussing it in the community I've been discussing it in the community with you for the past couple of weeks. I don't know how long you lot have been discussing it for.
Forever, since day one.
Yeah, there we go. Google, I'm sure they're discussing it too. They're just being rather tight-lipped about it. So, I mean, it's not a dead service. It's not dead in the water. If it was dead in the water, they wouldn't be rolling out more things. They wouldn't keep expanding in different ways. They wouldn't, like, Outriders wouldn't have just been put onto Pro, and they wouldn't say we're bringing more games to Pro this year. Another 80 games to Pro this year. Do you know what I mean? They just wouldn't bother if it was completely dead in the water. It just might not be what we've all learned to be the typical development of a gaming platform, because it's not a typical gaming platform for what we've learned.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And Chill, I didn't notice. Chill said press down and it'll auto pick up everything.
Yeah, that's worth commenting on. He pointed that out to me as well. I should have said something, but I'd forgotten because we've just been chatting away. When there's some loot that's dropped after we've had a big fight. After you have a big fight, just click down on the D-pad automatically, and it'll pick up anything that's like in the little area that the enemies have dropped for you. Items and resources.
I'm trying to get better weapons. I wasn't paying attention that all these weapons are just piling up in my thing. So right now, I'm just going to treat it like Destiny. Grab whatever has the highest number.
Yeah, grab whatever has the highest number. I'd do the exact same thing, mate.
So is there like an overall number that's going to raise up? Oh yeah, it looked like it is, right? Yeah, so there's like...
Yeah, I am not the person to ask because I've only just started this game, but you've got your armor, which is on the top right, which constantly rises, and then you've got your anomaly power on the top left, which constantly rises. Oh, and your firepower, which I've just noticed. Like I say, I'm new to this game too, mate. I've been playing it for, what, 3 days?
Okay. What's the dismantle is why?
Yeah, but I think you've got to select stuff first.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Select it with the right stick, and then you can select a bunch of different things all at the same time, and then hold Y to dismantle whatever you've selected.
Oh, look at that. I like that. So I remember when they added that to Anthem and they didn't have it, we went crazy as players. Like, oh my God, we could get rid of everything.
But if you want to start getting into the technicalities of the game, Cowboy, one of the better things to do early game is to keep your greys and greens to sell, and to only dismantle your blues to get the perks off them.
Oh, you said I could sell stuff.
Yeah, you can sell stuff back at the main city.
Yeah, I won't do
so
all that.
Keep all of the greys and greens that you pick up, and anything that's blue or rarer, then you would dismantle that when you're done with it to get the perk off it.
Oh man, I don't want to be going to nobody have to sell nothing. Let me pick stuff up, use it, and dismantle it. All of the day.
Like I say, if you want to start getting into the technicalities.
Got you.
If you just want to play it and shoot things and use your magic, then you just do you, mate. I am not going to argue with that.
Thank you, man. For not arguing with me. That's something Joe would do. All right, I'm just going through the stuff that's highlighted.
I would not argue with you, man.
Let me check the chat. Let me see. Crow said I'm back. What did I miss? So, Crow, we had a real deep conversation about gaming and the state of Stadia, and even talking about this game, comparing it to Avengers. Ryzak, good point. Wait, Ryzak made a good point. Hold up, let me back up. Yo, Primo's in the building. He said we just need to be patient. Yep. Now, let me see. Purple Head said, to be fair, though, many studios still bring their DLCs to Stadia. I agree. I agree. And honestly, that was the first time I ever seen a DLC not come to Stadia. Now, I've seen some stuff get delayed, which I get. But I was shocked when, and of all places, Outright, which brings like so much of their games to Stadia, I was shocked when they said, oh, that wasn't our intentions. That was never our plans to bring the DLC to Stadia. I'm like, wait, what? That's a thing? Like, you will bring a game and just say, hey, we're not bringing the DLC?
Well, that's it. It's not a thing, is it? It's not a done thing. That's why it's so shocking.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's not a done thing. And hopefully, thankfully, I don't think anywhere else has done it.
Yeah, not that I've heard of.
Brought their DLC. And there's that complaint of Outriders taking 3 months or whatever to actually get round to uploading theirs.
Right. Well, first, it was 28 days, so everybody forget that. It was 28 days for Outriders to get their very first patch. But it still took, I guess that's like the 3 months thing for them to get crossplay, like everybody else.
Right. I am uneducated in all this, mate. Take what I say with a grain of salt.
That's all good. We're all learning together, and I'm learning a lot of stuff from you guys.
Pinch of salt.
Yeah. And Chill said ESO is great. Said, tell the truth, I got on you because you had Hulk with no defense. I did, but that's your fault though, Chill. Because when I first met you, you opened my eyes to using different things, right? And you was like, oh, you should use this or use that. And I was like, oh, cool. So I actually tried something different, and I ended up I selected the wrong stuff. So then I had no defense because I was thinking I could do what you was explaining to me to grab this stuff with that got, like, you could combine different material powers or whatever. Like, oh, if you got this, then get this, and it does this. And I was like, okay, let me try that. And that kind of messed me up. And I should have just kept looking at numbers. Oh, this stat is higher? That's what I'm getting. It's too much for me to say, I want a high stat piece of item, but then I got to make sure this item has fire because that item that's high gear has water. Nah, man, that's just too much. That's just too much. I'm just getting a high gear. And if I can't...
Honestly, mate, gaming and builds in gaming has become its own science nowadays.
Yeah.
builds in gaming for different games. Like people do builds for all sorts. I was talking to Suave earlier. He has builds for Outriders on his YouTube. He also has builds for World War Z characters on his YouTube. This builds. It is its own science nowadays, mate.
Let me ask real quick. What am I supposed to be doing, Joe? I see you pressing something.
You need to come over to this cable car so we can go for.
Oh, I was looking at. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at the map, clicking the map, thinking I could do something. Just make sure y'all tell me to shut up.
Click up on the D-pad, and that gives you like a little
oh, that little thing
marker that points you in the right direction.
Yeah, whenever I'm just talking too much, just tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
Let's see. Thank you, Joe. All right, so let me see where we are. If anything time I see anybody say something to Mister, I'm supposed to skip it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be in the chat, everyone. I'd love to be in there with you usually. You all know this, but I'm having technical difficulties. What can I say?
It's true. Let me see. Oh wait.
What the?
Yeah, Isaac, good point. Where the hell is that? Oh, I feel like you should be Billy Blanks for Halloween and motivate people to do Tybo.
And now you're really seeing this
Oh
point.
man.
The war is the least of it.
Well, thank you, Isaac. Let's see.
Claim this land for king and country.
Yeah, I miss Ryzek game show as well. The guy Ryzek in the chat, Wilson, he used to do a Stadia game show. It was awesome, and he had like all the big content creators get on as guests. It was cool watching that, and then he would have them go against each other, and it was a Stadia trivia show. So you had to he would ask you Stadia specific questions, and you pretty much see who had got the most right, and then one person would be eliminated. It was really cool.
That sounds like a boatload of fun, that man. I've actually heard Ryzek's name a million times. I've not seen a single one of his videos, but I've heard his name a million times since I've been in this community. He seems to be much loved.
Good dude.
Killer, as you like to refer to people, Cowboy.
Yeah, and well, I wouldn't call him a killer. We're not. That's going a little too far. But but he did contribute a lot, and which is pretty cool. Which is cool. Me, him, and Jeff, and you know Jeff now. We I told you we used to do the show No Yes Men. That was pretty cool, and that was like the all out. I guess I gotta say it the way I say it. Balls to the wall Stadia show where we called out the Stadia haters and we trash talked and we brought up any drama in the Stadia community. It was kind of crazy.
I can't imagine you and Jeff trash talking anyone but each other.
Yeah, we did a lot of that too. But we were more on the same page at that point. I think Jeff got really mad at me because I said I didn't want to do the show anymore. Because when Ryzek left, me and him changed the show into a show called The Opinionators. And it was just me and Jeff. And then I just was like, you know what? I kind of want to have more free time. And so the thing is, I could change up on my channel, right? Like this, matter of fact, I can't stream tomorrow and Thursday. So, but I did the show with Jeff and I felt bad if I couldn't do it, you know? So by me not having a partner anymore, I don't really have to answer to anybody. I got 100% creative control, and I don't have to hold anybody back, or I don't have to be like, oh man, I can't do the show, and feel bad about it. You know? I also like how.
Saying is you build on Jeff.
I don't. I mean, you can say I build.
I'm joking.
You still have that? What was that? That Stadia community thing?
Stadia Bash community, yes sir.
Yeah.
Yes sir. It's going strong. Over a year old, Joe. Yeah.
Nice.
Joe, you thought I was just gonna Stadia was just gonna fall apart, huh? You had no confidence, huh, Joe?
No, I knew you were gonna be doing your own thing.
I was talking to someone recently, and I can't remember who it was, but they were wondering about how the Stadia Bash community was going still, and if people could still just join it, or if it was like something that you've just kind of got sat going on there on the side.
Hold on, say that again.
I was talking to someone recently, and I don't remember who it was, but they were wondering about if the Stadia community is something that's just kind of sat on the side, or if it's still something that you've got people like actively joining. And if so, like, how do people join that?
Okay, yeah. So to answer that, when we first started it, it was the Stadia Bash Community Network. So it was the SBCN, and you had to, in order to be a part of it, you had to do at least a 1 hour stream every week, and you had to do the same time. And I used to be the person who had the schedule, and you would, I'd say, hey, what's your time? And you say, I'm Monday at 8. Well, every Monday at 8, that was your time. It's kind of like a job to a point, but it was your own job. But that's how people found you. And I will post the schedule every day. Oh, today we got Jeff at 8. We got Ray at 1 a.m. Eastern. We got this person at 12. And every day there was a schedule. Every day. But it was Monday through Friday, no weekends, right? So we did that for a straight year, and when we got to the year, we decided, I mean, it was kind of my decision, but I felt that, one, I was doing all the work on my own. Nobody else was, I'll be honest, and if anybody got a problem, well, say it. But it was all me, and I was the guy that, think about it, it was like so many people who are streaming, Monday through Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, right? I just messed that up. And I went to every stream and clicked on it and put that stream on the channel. And I did that for everybody, right? And I did it for a year straight. Never missed a day, right? Or I probably missed a couple of days and I went back and did it the next day. So eventually it got to the point where some people didn't want to join because they couldn't commit to an hour every week. And that was the rules. So after a year, I said, you know what? Why don't we not make it so hard on people? And then we also said you couldn't do more than an hour, because if somebody was going after you and you did more than an hour, then technically, well, not technically, you was cutting into their time. So it was real rigid. Then a lot of people was leaving. I like it, but I just can't commit to an hour. People were getting more popular, so they wanted to do more time. It was pretty much made for the new people to get, more, get popularity. It's a network, so people know where to find you every week. They can find you at the same time, but you had to do your own job to get yourself popular. Like, we tweeted you out and everything, but if people liked you, they liked you, right? That was kind of on you when people come to you. So after a while, or a whole year, I just thought, you know what? Let's drop the network and let people do what they want. Hey, if you want to stream for 4 hours, cool. Hey, if you stream at the same time as somebody else, then cool. It is what it is. If you built your own fan base or viewers that like you, and they decide to leave watching me to watch you, then you deserve it. You owned it, right? And we was around for years, so we made that name. And that's pretty much what happened. So now it's not as strict, and now it's not as, I will say, as what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as, I don't want to say polished. I don't want to say professional. I want to say, that's the word.
Would you say structured?
Structured. Thank you. It's not as structured. Now it's kind of like, hey, it's this YouTube channel, and if you go there, it looked like the creature from the Tomorrow Wars. But now it's not as structured. It's more just, hey, we're a gang, we're a group of, let me not use the word gang. We're a group of people, and we call ourselves Stadia Bash Community Network. And if you want to watch me, cool. If you want to watch that person, cool. And the structure isn't really there. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people might say, well, does it, the service, is there anything meant to be? Well, I'll tell you this. It is cool that when somebody new joins and I post it out, and people are like, oh, wow. And so the previous members, they all are like, oh, cool. And they still have that need to go check this person out, and we want to go watch their streams, because they seen a tweet come out. So that is cool. But yeah, it's, not what it used to be. I think in good ways and in bad ways.
Yeah, I've picked that up from what I've heard people talk about it, from how it used to be and how it is now. But it seems like it's getting closer to what it used to be in the way that it's becoming tight-knit again,
right?
But that it's not so structured. Like,
Correct.
It sounds like it became a lot looser when it lost its structure and everyone not fell out as much, but just kind of went off on their own path a bit. But from by the sounds, everyone seems to be becoming a bit more of a community again.
And I think that's
is that right? I don't know. Like I said,
no, I agree.
you
Yeah,
know,
I think you're right, and I think you got a lot to do with it, man. It's people like you.
Oh, well, I'm just here for the laughs, mate.
Yeah,
you know
but
that. I'm just here for making some pals and
But
shooting the shit.
You know what's cool is people see you on like every stream, and it's like a connection, right? It's like, oh wow, look, it's Wilson, right? Like, oh, Wilson watched that person too, and that's what is like a harmony between people. Is because we all like show up, and it feels like, you know, we were hanging out at your house one week, and now we're hanging out at my house one week, and we're all showing up, and I think that's what you know, people like you kind of bring to the table by supporting everybody, because you're entertained, but you also want to support. Like today, you say, hey, I do want to watch Suave and Stadia Pro, and I know you wanted me to join you guys, or you said it. You was like, oh, I'll join, right? But you said you do want to watch they stream, and that's cool, right? And I always feel like me, right? My channel existed since 2011, right? So before Stadia was even imagined, right? And my highest viewed video is a treadmill video, right? So I always say, don't worry about me, because I'm kind of in my own little world, in my own little lane. I don't care if nobody watch me. People will watch me because they either want to, or I'm going to burn their house down. So for me, I'd rather somebody say, hey, I'll show up to your stream later. I'm fine with that. I don't have that, you know, that need where you have to watch me. Like, just come, pop in, pop out. It's all good. And so I like that, you know, you said, hey, I'm going to support those guys, you know, and then I'll jump in later. And I feel like stuff the way you're doing, it's a harmony you kind of brought to the, you know, that's kind of like, it's kind of cool, man. I will say that. And that's why, as you notice, like, it's a certain connection to you that I feel from like day one, just the way you are and how much you support everybody. It reminds me of the old days. Where everybody.
God, get a room, dude.
I was gonna say, man, the amount of smoke that's been blowing up my ass in the community. Honest to God, I'm never gonna leave it. My ego is like 5 million times the size it was.
Well, listen, I used to call you my Wilson, but now I can't say that no more. I was, you know.
Oh, honest to God, do you know what, mate? It doesn't even matter, because Ray's never gonna drop it. Ray's not.
I know, Ray isn't.
Little Wilson.
Yo, where did he get the Little Wilson? I was like, I was like, Little Wilson? No, I never said that.
He's a bloody Wilson is what he is, mate. He really is a Wilson. I'm telling ya. There's no need for it, but
oh man.
No, it's funny. It really is.
Yeah, man.
I hadn't thought of it, you know, mate, because you'd said it for like a dig or two. Saying, oh bro, my Wilson's here, because you were the guy who brought us into the community, and I was like, fair enough. I hadn't thought anything of it, but then bloody Ray in that was it a pub?
Well, you know when I start saying
like that,
so I
6 o'clock in the morning for me, and he's like, oh, Anthony said Little Wilson, it's his Little Wilson. Oh, Little Wilson.
So I first said that because somebody's like, oh, it's the other David Wilson. I was like, it's 2 David Wilsons since when? So then that's when I was saying my Wilson, because I don't know the other Wilson. That's why I was saying that.
Yeah, I think he's always in SBG stream, but he was in the community before I am.
But his name is David Wilson?
SBG's. Yeah, David Wilson. He's been watching, I could be wrong, but I think it's SBG's videos for a good while.
I guess somebody I don't really talk to that much. I just never noticed David Wilson. Another David Wilson.
Yeah.
But I seen it that day.
I noticed, but that's because he's got the same name as me. So.
Yeah. I just felt like, well, he's a fraud. This is my Wilson.
Oh.
But yeah, that went left. I really want to be the Hulk and bash somebody right now.
I could do a lot of bashing right now, but I'm trying to hold back to let you get some kills and level up a bit.
Oh man, get them kills. I do like games where they allow you to be as powerful as you are. I don't like when the games like downscale you, because I feel like you did all that work to be powerful. Just because I'm playing with somebody else, don't bring the enemies up to my level. That's not fair. Bring the enemies up to my level when I get to a higher level.
Yeah, no, this game definitely does that. Like, as you're leveling, you constantly unlock higher world tiers, up to world tier 15. And my game, I'm a level 13 or something like that, but my world tier's on to world tier 7 now. And honestly, mate, honestly, it's gotten to such a grind at this point. I'm thinking about pulling it back just for my first run through the story, so I actually get to enjoy it instead of just like trying not to die every single level.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, man. I'm definitely the guy that's playing everything on easy. My first go around, and we're gonna take it from there. Let me see where I'm at.
I like a challenge. I really do like a challenge the first go around, so I'll put it up to a decent-ish world tier myself, or if I'm starting a different game, I'll put it on like medium hard or a harder difficulty, but I don't like to make myself cry at night. I don't like to put things on
Yeah.
insane. I like to have a bit of a challenge out of games. I mean, I'm 21, I've still got like I should be good at games. Do you know what I mean? If I'm growing up
I
playing
thought you're.
games, I should be good at
I
them,
thought you're
literally.
22 now. You just said you was 21.
Oh, bloody Nora. Well, there you go.
I gotta check you, man.
There you go.
I got you,
I
man.
am. I am. Don't remind me, mate.
I'm paying attention.
Off me life.
Ryzak said, I miss it too. I'm currently announcing my daughter's high school soccer game. I should do a stream. I should do a stream of it. Yeah, man, that would be pretty cool. Ryzak. Ray is in the building. Speaking of Ray, let me see.
Raymond.
Or Ryzak, I will say this. If you, me, and Jeff wanted to get together to do a No Yes Man, every now and then, I would totally do that, though. I will tell you. I will do that.
And I'm
Yo.
110% sure the community would be behind something like that.
Oh, man.
110%.
They would love it because we were so crazy. Like, people would show up just because of the crazy stuff we were talking about. It was really the craziest show in, like, the community. Besides, we used to do a show, me, Ray, and Stadia Pro called Stadia Hype. Now, that show was just bonkers because it was pretty much me and Ray trash talking each other. But the thing was, you had to hype up a certain game. So Ray would pick a game, I would pick a game, and both games were on Stadia. And we had to hype up the game and have the chat vote who hyped. It's not which game is better, but who hyped the game up the most, their game. And Stadia Pro was the referee. He wore a referee shirt. He had a whistle. He used to drop the flag. It was hilarious, man.
Oh, Stadia Pro is iconic, man. He really is.
That was the funniest show. But Nick is in here. That guy who robbed me of my title. You want to give him a shout out?
Robbed. You say robbed.
I was robbed.
Yeah. That's
robbed.
What you say. That is what you say, Cowboy. I don't disagree with that.
I'm just saying. Listen, you was there when I won my title back. Fair and square. All right?
Still intact.
The satellite uplink.
You won that match, Cowboy. That is what happened in the end.
When you found me.
Yeah.
I can't deny that.
And
All right,
it still
cool.
works.
Well, that's all I know.
How?
The case.
It's about winning and losing. All right, Wilson? And all I know is I was on the winning side when the dust settled. Okay?
What does it connect to?
And Mr. Irvo said, hey, Cowboy, it's not my fault. I have to embrace the chat while you stare at the screen. I'm just saying, man.
I thought it was all disassembled for the colonization.
Let me see.
But we lost contact towards the
Ryzik says, stop being so damn soft, Cowboy. Listen, man, I told you I changed myself. So these people don't know the old Cowboy, man.
hard drives full of data.
I'm a good guy now. He said you need to find your balls back. Oh, man. Boy, was I a problem. Say, Cowboy, can you lick your small arms to the elbow? All right. Let me try it.
This is it.
And no, I cannot lick my elbows.
That's why Shira sent me to get you.
He said, Cowboy, can you ask Joe why he likes Liverpool?
So, what do we do now?
Well, remember Paul, who we used to work with?
Yep.
Well, he was from Liverpool fan, so just from working with him, just kind of became a fan of them through him.
Cool. That's cool. Ray said there was one time we had over 40 members part of the Stadia Bash community network. Yeah, man, it was 43 people at one time.
Everyone who goes on the
Well, hey, there's still a good like 20 stadia
Yeah,
streamers that
that's
I'm
true.
jumping in streams into every other week, man.
That is true. Cloud Gaming Dad. I remember what's up, Cloud Gaming Dad? I remember it got so crazy that we would have to tell people, hey, you can't stream on this day. You got to stream on that day. Hey, you can't stream on this day. Because it was so literally, we would have one day filled with streamers. It was so cool, man. Ray is the Jay Prince of the Stadia community. Who is Jay Prince? Might call him to straighten out Jeff for me. Primo said we should start raiding each other's streams. Now, how does this raid thing go? I know that's a Twitch thing. I don't know how that goes.
I've seen it on Twitch. I don't know how it works on YouTube, except for keeping an eye out for your mates' videos and when you finish up your video saying, hey, go hop into this, guys. But I don't know if there's an actual function on YouTube to do it.
Actually, there is. I think it was Windstar. Here, I don't want to get it wrong. Somebody inboxed me just today and said, hey, I'm looking right now. It was that Cody? Yeah, it was Cody. So Cody inboxed me today and said, hey, they got this new feature, and I watched the video. So you can have it set up where when my stream ends, everybody automatically go to your stream, which is cool. However, you have to be monetized.
Really?
So it's blocked behind that.
So only certain people, only the people who are monetized would be able
Right.
to do it.
Yeah, that feature only works on YouTube for that. Maybe come up with a community calendar that we could post our streams that every content creator has to access. Yeah, so
I have had that in my head for the past week or so, and I've been thinking about mentioning it to someone, and I don't think the stream's the best place to really discuss it, but does that sound like a good idea to you, Cowboy? Is having some type of calendar or document that it's not like a schedule where people are limited to this time slot and this time slot, but it just says, this person usually streams on this day at this time. This person usually streams on this day at this time. And yeah, people can go on Twitter and add a new stream if they want. But like, there's a set document that people can add a weekly stream to if they want to add. And it doesn't really matter if it clashes or not. It's just what they want to do.
Right. Well, here's what's funny when I tell you this. So before we got to the 1 year, the way I designed the Stadia Bash community page, it literally had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it had everybody's schedule on it. So when you create a playlist on YouTube, you can name that playlist. So I actually had it named Monday and this person's name and their time, and you was able to actually follow it together. But I got rid of all of that once we said, okay, we technically aren't doing a network. And then also every week I would post, if you go there right now in Stadia Bash Community Discord, I don't think you are a part of that Discord. Well, there's a Stadia Bash Community Discord, and when you go in there, there's a tab that says schedule. And every Monday I would post the schedule for that day and the next day and the next day. But again, I stopped doing that. So maybe I guess I should kind of do something like that.
Well, sounds maybe like something like that, but also posting daily. That's a job for yourself, mate. And that's a job that no one needs to do.
Bro, I did that. And guess what? I did that for a year. Just me.
That's a lot of work, man. And hats off to you. But I mean, it's work that it's beneficial, but I think doing it daily is just too much work for what you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, maybe it's something like an Excel document. It's like a shared Google thing or something shared on YouTube, or just like a picture that people can see, a JPEG of all the people that do things weekly. And if someone wants to add something new that they say, I want to do it this time weekly, then they can just make a submission and it just gets added onto the bottom of the list and it shows their name and their time slot.
Okay, so make something where the person themselves could just change it themselves. So, what my problem is?
I've been thinking, if I gathered all the main people, like people who do a few streams a week. You do Monday to Thursday. Is that right? Monday to Thursday or Monday to Friday?
No, I do Monday to Thursday. Yep, yeah, right.
Monday to Thursday, yeah. You do Monday to Thursday. I'm pretty sure Vet does Monday to Friday. The Rock does a weekly show.
On Tuesdays.
There's so many other weekly ones that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But I've been keeping an eye out on the weekly shows and making a note of them. And just starting off with like a basis of the ones that everyone's already following, making a document and posting that somewhere, and then saying, look, if you're a Stadia streamer, comment on this, and then we can add your name at the bottom of this list, and it'll have their time posted next to it. And it doesn't have to be something that's updated daily, it's just updated whenever someone wants to share their idea for when they want to do a weekly stream.
I mean, it spews lava from
all right, so yeah, definitely that. I mean, listen, when we get off of this,
I think you and me should talk about this off stream a little bit more and try and figure out a little plan for it, because it sounds like it should be, it might be a handy little tool,
right?
More than anything else. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a strict schedule. Rather, it could just be like a bit of a guide.
Right, and I think that's good because this will not, if we do it this way, it's not like I'm doing it by myself every day. But I do like creative control. I would like to, like, I don't want people to just put stuff on there and then they stop streaming, and then, like, I want it to be accurate at least a little bit. Like, hey, if you stream, like, maybe you just say, I stream Monday through Friday, right? You could just come to my channel, you'll see me, whatever. And then some people might say, I have scheduled streams, and you can always catch me at this time, right? So it'd be two different things.
Yeah, like you could have on it, say, like I say, it's an Excel document. So picture like for example, an Excel document, and it's got Monday through Friday listed, and then on the left-hand side you could have names, your name's there, all-purpose champ or king of content, or whichever one of your aliases that you want to put on there. That's there. And it'd have every one of your time slots from Monday through Thursday listed, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be blank. And I mean, you wouldn't really add to it if you were doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday stream. You could just maybe post that out on Twitter. But it could have, if someone's got a set time they want to do a stream every week, it just kind of provides a guide for that. And every now and then you might not do your weekly stream, that's fine. But if you plan on doing a weekly stream at this time every week, it's a good way for people to find that channel.
Right.
And find that content.
Yeah. No, listen, it sounds good. I definitely would like to talk to you about it. And this and Avengers Primo Acts is from the same publisher. Yeah, Square Enix published both of these games.
Square Enix published this as well.
They did, right?
Did they? So does this mean that the people who own this have just been bought out? This has just fell into new hands.
Well, no. So Square Enix is the publisher. I know Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, whatever they made.
Right. Yes, yeah, I remember reading, because there was a clarification that Square Enix still owns things like Just Cause franchise and a few other franchises, but Crystal Dynamics goes with things like Marvel Avengers and whatnot.
Now, you guys want to hear something weird? I literally just talked about the whole raid thing, right? Main Games just inboxed me at 7:49. That's what I was kind of reading. This is ridiculous. I literally just said, oh yeah, somebody sent me the thing and blah, blah, blah. You could send people. He just inboxed me and said, hey, now we can redirect or raid other channels on YouTube. Only the 1K subs can redirect, but you can send viewers to smaller channels. Just letting you know, so that if someone who's subbed to you is streaming, when you're finished, you could send everyone right to them after. Pretty dope. And I wrote him, I said, oh wow, I'm streaming right now, and I just mentioned that, so I thought that's why you inboxed me. And he said, really? He said, nah, man, pure coincidence. Didn't know you knew it. All good though. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So yeah, that's a really handy way to use it. Even though you've got to be, as you say, you've got to have 1K. You've got to be what did you say?
Monetized
by YouTube, or
yeah, you got to be monetized.
You got to be monetized. That's it. You got to have 1K, and you've got to be monetized. Those people, because they've got that viewership, can then send it to the smaller people in the community.
That's really cool.
Definitely a brilliant idea.
When I first thought of it, so I contacted Clive. Well, it's probably been like, what, 2 months now, maybe? And I said, hey, you know, I miss your streams, and I watch your streams every week, or I don't watch, well, I catch them the next day. So I said, if you want, I'll start going live on Mondays when your stream ends. But I will tell people, hey, I'm gonna be watching Clive's stream. Why don't you come chat with me in the chat? If you, in return, say, hey guys, catch Cowboy after my show. So him and I has been doing that. And when I heard of that today, I was like, that would be pretty cool, because then people wouldn't just have to, oh, let me go to his channel. They would just automatically get pushed to my channel. That'd be pretty cool. But I kind of felt weird saying it to him, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I know
hey,
what you mean. It's a bit of an awkward question to ask.
yeah,
But
it is,
like,
because it's like, well, what are you doing for me besides watching my channel live?
mm,
You know what I mean? But yeah. And I don't know, I'm weird when it comes to YouTube. I feel like I like to be in my own lane. I like my creative control, and I don't know, I just kind of like what I like.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because that way I could do whatever I want, say whatever I want. So wait, this is my stash, meaning is this stuff that I was too full to get and it's sitting here, or?
No, I don't know if it works like that because I've never let my inventory fill up too much. It might work like that, but that's where you stash things if you wanna save them for a later date.
Okay.
I think we went backwards.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We've came back to camp.
Yeah, we gotta go back out the door.
Hold on, let me see. All right. So Crow said Primo, yes, Square Enix. However, Avengers is being sold. Okay, yeah, I already answered that. Let me just catch up a little bit. Cowboy, your video was chopped and screwed yesterday. Yeah, I know, man. YouTube.
Was
yeah,
it as bad as
YouTube.
the Dave & Buster's?
Yeah, probably just about the same thing. It was really, no, it's probably worse.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really bad. I didn't realize I had no signal. I had like no signal yesterday, so it was really bad. Even though Paul said, even though I wasn't a member of SBCN, it was a privilege to stream for the second anniversary. Yeah, man, that was pretty cool. So when we did a when we had reached our 1 year anniversary, actually back up from that, when we had when Stadia turned 2 years old, I had put together a we did 20, there was 20 streamers, over 20 hours of streaming. And what we did is like they used to call it Stadia Super Saturday. So what happened is you'll stream for an hour, somebody after you stream for an hour, and we went over 20 straight hours of people streaming back to back, back to back, back to back. And what people would do is just jump from one streamer to the next, one streamer to the next. It was pretty cool. So Paul, I really was thankful that you joined that. That was pretty cool. Yo, you know what's funny? This thing has been holding up today. This melon, like the stream doesn't look that bad. It must be.
I wouldn't know. I can't see it anymore. But when I was watching it, yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah, they must have been really working. Oh snap! Damn, you just knocked the hell out of that thing. Let me see you slashing. Go up to him and do the slashing. You was telling me about. I want to watch it.
All right, let's go.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at you spinning around.
Well, that's one of them that I've got. And
That
then
tornado
I can
move?
teleport behind them and then turn them into skeletons. And
Oh, okay.
explode.
And then what else? One more, right?
Well, teleport. My three abilities. I've got teleport, which teleports me behind the enemy line. I've got
Okay.
spin slash, and then I've got the what's it called? The one that turns them into skeletons and then they explode afterwards. But that's a big wide slash that you do to a big massive group. That's one of my favourites because if you slow them down, there's another move I can do which slows them into a sphere, which I swap out with my spin slash. If you slow a bunch of enemies into a sphere, you can turn them all into skeletons and then they all slowly pop one by one. It's absolutely hilarious. But I'll put that on, and when we get a big group of enemies, I'll do it so I can show you. It's so funny, man.
Now, watching you do that isn't the same as Avengers, though. Like, I watched that, and you were spinning around. But you know what I'm saying. It's not
I know
like...
exactly what you're saying.
Okay,
In
all right.
Avengers, it's a lot more immersive,
Okay.
whereas in this, it's... Like I say, it's got a slight arcadey feel to it. It's definitely got that tactical feel.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, big birdie. Watch out, boys. Get it dead.
not see where he was. They were looking and I heard a big bang, so they thought it was a car accident. So they went out
Dead bird.
Here, this kid they
another
know
bird.
that's like a sophomore or whatever.
Okay.
Decided to run at the window of the one that he kicked it and went right through it, and now he's over there like bleeding in a puddle of blood since the leg is all cut up.
What? Wow, that's crazy.
They said the kid has been like the one for whatever, so he does dumb shit. But he's over there.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
The police and the ambulance just got there.
Well, how'd you get so loud?
And
Who,
they're
me?
like, this kid is
Yeah.
so dumb because
I'm really loud right now?
Yeah.
supposedly this kid hit,
Well, he
Mr.
hasn't increased to me. That's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
All of a sudden, he got like really loud in my ears.
in school before.
Oh, I don't know. My wife is telling me something. I'm talking to her, and then I don't know.
How can you?
Am I louder as well?
No.
Primo said, yeah, that was Wilson ideal, not mine.
Bigger can they get?
Let's see. Instead of putting a responsibility on one person like you, the streamer is responsible to post their own schedule. Better for changes. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, that's when we changed it up. That's one thing I did say. I said, listen, I'll tweet out anybody, right? But you guys got to at least give me the link to your stream, or you got to tell me when you stream. But I still kind of, I said I didn't want to do it anymore, but I still kind of follow people and tweet them out. Because I pretty much know almost when everybody streams, who has a schedule, because I did it for so long. But yeah, it does make sense if it's put on the individual. But I just feel like some people won't take that initiative, or maybe they'll forget or whatever. And then, so I think what you're saying is good. It's just a template of, hey, I stream on this day, and I stream on this day.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want it to be a responsibility on someone's shoulders. Like I say, what you did before, that's a whole job, man. And it's great that you did it. It's definitely beneficial to the community, but it's so much work on someone's shoulders. And I think it's too much work for what you're trying to achieve. I think what you're trying to achieve is getting people in touch with each other. And I think a simple template document does that roughly enough so that people can then find all the people that they want to watch, and then from there they'll naturally be able to find when they're streaming at other times that aren't set.
Yeah.
But a template for just when people plan on doing weekly streams, if they plan on doing weekly streams. Like there's some people in the community who don't do weekly streams. I don't know any off the top of my head, but some people just stream when they want to stream.
Right.
They don't have set times, so they won't have a name on the list. They might just say, hey, could you put my name on the list and say, I'm a Stadia streamer, check this channel out. And it could just be a catalogue of Stadia streamers. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be very in depth. It just has to be.
Right.
It's just for accessibility. That's all we're talking about.
Well, that's why
all we're talking about here is increasing accessibility.
Yeah, and that's why
new viewers.
That's why we still got the channel though. So like every now and then I tweet it out. Hey, there's a bunch of Stadia content creators. Check them out. Because if you go to that one channel, I got it designed where you'll just see a bunch of people, and you'll know like, oh wow, they stream Stadia content. And then you have to actually go to their channel. And technically, if you go to their channel and click on uploads, you'll see what's the most recent things they upload and how long ago they upload. I mean, it could be that simple, and that's already set in place. But I do get it if we had like something extra so people could know like, hey, maybe, because Stadia Pro streams Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? At 12 p.m. Central every day, right? Or every week. Ray streams every Monday night at 1 a.m. my time, Eastern. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
6 a.m. my time. He also does the Saturday ones. He does Saturday weekly as well.
Right.
Same as Jeff used, where he still does. He's just
Jeff does his
Mondays,
Mondays and Wednesdays,
and Fridays. He does his retro, doesn't he?
So okay, all right. So this is where we got to figure this out. So, but technically, I got an ideal. So we end up launching a second thing called the Entertainment Bash Community Network, the EBCN, right? That's still a thing, but we just kind of stopped pushing it. The Stadia community kind of had a backlash on us. It was like, oh, you guys are leaving Stadia if you're creating that. We was like, what? What? That's not a... So anyway, that was a legit thing that happened in the community. We got a lot of hate because we created this new thing. This new thing was for anybody who creates content that was outside of Stadia. Where the Stadia Bash Community Network is, if you create Stadia content, then you'll be on a specific list. So when you mention Jeff's Fridays, that's retro and that's not Stadia, so therefore
Stadia, yeah, that makes sense.
Right. But if you was to see the EBCN, you were literally. Oh God, what the hell is that? You guys seeing this? Like a giant spider.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him earlier.
How do you feel about killing it?
Joe, you shoot the first blow, Joe. What I love is just talking. So I love streaming, and you guys in the chat are chatting up. It's pretty cool. I don't want to keep you guys forever, but you know, I am. You know, it's one of my streaming days, so my wife knows I got some to kind of leave me alone, do my thing. but not forever, obviously. What time is it anyway? Let's see. Oh man. All right, well now
probably done after we finish this mission.
Okay, that's fair. Joe, it was cool talking to you. It was cool playing games with you, man. I miss you, brother.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time.
And what's up? No, yeah, that's funny. My stepson walked up and said, "You playing Destiny?" No, I'm playing Outriders. Well, you would have noticed the difference if you seen it this way. Yeah. But yeah, the menu does look like Destiny. Okay, where's that giant spider creature? Are we not gonna have to fight it?
I think we're heading towards it.
Let's see. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, Paul said it's actually looking good, to be honest. Yeah, man, I don't know if they fixed something, or maybe this game is just slower because we're technically just standing there and shooting for the most part. It's not moving as fast, but I'm watching it. It looks pretty good to me. Actually, I mean, I was watching it all this time on 480 and put it on 1080p.
Oh, well, there you go. It's going to look a lot better then.
It's still looking good.
Oh, here comes the spider.
Uh-oh. Let's do it.
Hey, girlie.
Oh, Primo said the wife was adjusting to the mic was adjusting to my wife's voice. Man, this remind me of Anthem so much, man. But the spider creature Anthem was way more epic than this. It was so cool. Anthem had some really awesome bosses. Boom! Come on, go. Try to get me. Oh! Oh, I'm in lava. I'm in lava. I'm in lava. Where are you at, Mr. Strong Guy, Wilson?
You want me to do it? I'm kind of not, because I don't want to ruin the fun boss fight for you, but I can do it if you want me to do it.
Wilson! Help
yeah, right? Wilson!
Let's do it. Let's go and get him.
This thing got a shield?
Oh, it's just showing you where he is.
Uh-oh.
Oh. You know what's funny? This game came out way later than Anthem. Anthem looks better than
Yeah, because when I was playing that very the beginning part, like it was just I don't know, like the colors and all look real hokey, like I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say to somebody earlier, right? That people was like, "Oh, these indie games, yeah," and I was like, "I don't know." My friend Joe, he used to be like, "These Bobo games." The other day, he was like, "Is it another Bobo game?" And I told you I was interviewing a dev. I was like, "I know." Yeah. I used to be. So I was telling people, man, I used to never be that into like the indie games. So on PlayStation, you was like, man, if it ain't a AAA banger, it's garbage. But through Stadia, I got to get into a lot of Bobo games, as you call it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Remember all those free games we used to play when we played, like, you know, the Join Us free game Wednesday or whatever it was?
Yeah, I was saying that to the chat earlier. That's when you and me first started so long ago. Damn, dude.
There was a lot of weird little games in there.
Oh, yeah. Remember Rem Royale?
Remember that Proving Ground game? That
America's Proving Ground.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good, though.
That was pretty good, actually, man. And it was a free game. Remember when I think it was you or me got put in jail on that game because we shot our own person? We was like, what? You get put in jail? That was
Yeah,
pretty
funny.
cool. Oh, remember Warface? That game had like so many modes to it.
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was like a military game, but then we ended up fighting like this big giant robot, and then it had a battle royale mode. It was like, whoa, this game has a lot.
Click down on the D-pad, don't forget.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
All because some kids
That's good.
So, Joe, did you used to stream with Cowboy, and did you used to be part of this community, or did you used to just play games?
I mostly just played games. I mean, like, I streamed like a couple times. It just kind of, I don't know. I just
but here's
really did.
Here's what's funny. Joe was before the community. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, me and Joe, like, this was before there was really a Stadia community. Like, Stadia was just kind of like people was meeting people and knowing people. But this was back when we used to watch all the big content creators and be like, oh, that guy was talking about Stadia. And now it's kind of funny that, well, Joe kind of left. But now it's funny, Joe, all the people we watched, I've had literally probably every one of them besides like 3 on my own streams. And they had me on their streams. So it's
you had Sonny?
I said about 3 of them. So I didn't have Sonny, but and I didn't have Gem. But I spoke to Jim a lot though. We played games together. But yeah, Sonny's the one guy that I never, and I think like barely anybody ever had Sonny on anything. But yeah, man, remember we used to call.
Is that the guy you pissed off, or was there someone else you pissed off that one time?
I mean, I pissed off a lot of people, but it wasn't Sonny. I never pissed off Sonny. I
remember you were going after someone. And well, like in the chat, like just trying to like bust balls a little bit, like, you know, doing your whole like wrestling thing.
Oh, that probably was Ray, the game of Cyborg. When I first met Ray, I used to be like, Cowboys are better than Cyborgs. I used to say it over and over. He used to be like, who the hell is this guy? But no, remember we used to watch.
No. You know what it was? It was the guy. He does the. I don't think he does a lot of game streaming, but he does a lot of like news.
Okay.
For Stadia.
Is it the dude? You gonna say the guy with the headphones?
No. He was like in a garage, like he was like in his own little garage. He had like dark hair.
In his garage. Are you talking about Nerdness?
Yeah. No, I would have to look him up.
Wait,
he used
I
to
should
do a
be
lot
able
of
to remember
news.
Damn, now I'm trying to figure it out. But he used to cover the Stadia news?
Yeah. I'll have to go through like my subscriptions and see if I'm still subscribed to him or not. But I remember like you were trying to get him like on the show. I don't know if it was that.
Oh! You talking about Brian from the Nerf Report? Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Because we had that issue with Pac-Man. Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
That thing spawned into something else, and he blocked me. He has me blocked on Twitter, and we do not speak. I'm like the devil to him. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hey, listen, man, I was right though. He was wrong. Just saying. That was funny. But remember the guy Ace? I don't think you know him by the name of Ace, but we used to be like, oh, the headphone dude, the black guy with the headphones. He used to have the big headphones.
No.
He used to cover like Stadia all the time. He had like a little kind of seemed like he had an accent.
Was he the British guy?
Well, no, you're probably thinking about what was that guy name? Yank. What was his name again? Wingy. Not him.
Maybe.
The other dude, not Wingy, but it was another guy. We used to watch him. I used to be like, oh, the guy with the headphones. He was like one of the big guys. Well, what's cool is, man, I've been on his show so many times. He used to come on my show so many times, and he actually just quit doing content, and he did his very last time being in the community on my show like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's like the stuff you will remember back then when we was like, oh man, these guys. I'm like, man, it's kind of cool. Like, I feel like, man, I rub elbows with these guys now. It's like a dream of mine. Like, I feel like I'm one of those dudes now. I mean, well,
oh, nice.
I am. That's kind of like,
and I knew you when.
I know, right? You know me. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, in the Stadia community, like, it's crazy. If you go in, like, any content creator or that been around for a while and say the Cowboy, pretty much somebody knows who I am. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. I never would have thought that would have been a thing. I'm not saying anything special about me, guys, but I will say though, I did put the work in, man. I do put the work in. I love everybody. I talk to everybody. So I'm not like bragging or anything, but I am like, it is like a dream. Like I was just a guy who wanted to cover Stadia and play Stadia. And then, you know, I became a content creator, and literally the people I look up to, the people I watch, like I've interacted with them and they all know who I am. And it's just like, wow, that's really cool. You know, it's like if you...
There's nothing wrong with looking back and being proud of your achievements, and you've definitely achieved something in gaining the following that you've got, and joining this community and helping build this community, I'm sure.
I appreciate that, man. I don't like want to like... I don't know. I'm big on like, you know, I don't know. I came from humble beginnings, man. I had like nothing growing up and blah, 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 the whole story, right? So like...
Son of a plumber.
So yeah, you know, my dad was a plumber. No, but I just am big on work ethic, right? I'm big on, you know, I feel like when people are sleeping, I'm making content. You know, when people are enjoying life, I'm making content. So I really, you know, work hard for, you know, whatever subscribers or whatever name or whatever you guys want to call me. You know, I love it. I love it. You know.
I just want to warn everyone, do not fall for his clickbait video of the dog eating a ferret.
Oh my God. Listen, man, I made that video before I knew what the term clickbait was. You can't hold me to that. Oh, man. I had to look up that video today because I was making the thing that says popular videos. And I want to say that video got like 6,000 views or something crazy.
Altered. We're all wishing you'd been with us months ago. Now we might have
all right, let's see. And how cool is it? I got a cool smoking intro now. Joe had my own intro made. Intro music. Created from scratch. From my guy that's in the chat right now, Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Very nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like it.
And I put together all the stuff in the background, which is cool. Cool. Kind of want to update it, but I'm lazy.
Now.
Yeah. You know.
I'll send your scientist across.
And your you know, your screen is not as busy now.
Yeah, that's true. I used to have like a million things on the screen.
Did you?
I really did. You had to see it, Wilson. I thought it was so cool.
YouTube though, mate.
Like
you can be forgiven for that.
The video was like so small because he had so many thumbnails of like everything he had going on.
Yeah, you could be forgiven for that, man. That's how everyone used to do it back in the days. Back when we didn't know how to use technology.
Right.
We were all navigating the internet like toddlers.
Yeah, hey, I didn't know.
Hey, you're making it happen, man.
None of us knew any better. We all thought that all the animations and slides that we could do back then were clever and looked brilliant. You know what I mean?
For real, yeah. And then it's just, you realize, no, simplicity is better. To have, you know, the least amount of things going on and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I still hear some people say, oh, your intro's too long. But, dude, that video, that song was created for me. Like, it's 1 minute and 17 seconds. Oh, well.
Right, see, I think it sits on the edge. Your video, it's on the edge of that old style of cringy YouTube, but it's in the ironic way. That's still kind of, it gets away with it. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I think because it's more silly, right? Like don't take myself.
It's silly. It's ironic. You're not doing it thinking, oh, this is so cool. You're doing it thinking, oh, what a laugh.
Right. You know, I make sure the video pieces I have in it is silly, and you know, so it doesn't take itself serious. You know, I'm wearing a cowboy hat. Like, come on, man.
And it is cool, but in like a silly, ironic way.
Right.
Yeah, that's my take anyway. But I've already told you, mate. I think you push that boundary of being cringy, but I enjoy it because it's what I was saying earlier about bleeding edge and being edgy. It's that whole thing. Like, some things miss the mark, sure. Yeah, you can be a bit cringy at times, Cowboy. I won't lie, mate, but I'm sure you know that too.
Listen, bro.
For all those few times that you do, there's a million times that everyone goes, Cowboy.
Listen,
You know what I mean, man?
Yeah,
There's a million times you have us all cracking up instead. So it's worth it.
Yeah, man. I just feel like let's just enjoy this time we have together, right? Let's be silly. Let's have fun. Let's not, like, come on, we gotta, let's just enjoy it, man. And I want to give a shout out to Ray though, which was cool. Ray said, let me see, where was what Ray said? Ray said, "I told you you were special, Cowboy," and I want to appreciate this. When I was a part of Stadia Source, Ray used to be like, "Listen, man." Well, we had our own conversation. I guess I won't say everything Ray told me, but Ray just said, "Dude, you're going places, man. Just keep doing what you're doing." And he told me a lot of stuff I should do, and to promote myself. And I think it's pretty cool because he was right, And I'm nowhere near I want to be. Man, I don't even know where I want to be. I guess right now I'm doing the whole thing where I want to get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm giving myself a goal because I feel like, okay, I had a goal to get to 1,000, which I never did, which was weird. I just did this for fun. Like you remember, Joe, nowhere was I thinking about subscribers and all that when we was doing our thing. It was just, hey.
No, it was a small climb. You're like, oh, I got a couple here and there.
Yeah, we're just getting together, man, having fun. And then, I met this guy.
But once you started doing the Stadia series, that's when the numbers really started to.
That is true.
To climb. So
you hear that, guys? Stadia was my key, man. It was just cool. And even then, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I met this guy, Josh Ware. Some of you guys know him. He was like, bro, you should monetize your channel. You got so many videos. I was like, ain't nobody worried about that. And I ended up challenging myself. Like, all right, let me see if I can do it in a year. I did it in a year and 30 days. And it's been cool, right? Yes, it's cool to get a check for doing stuff like this, right? But, and I just like, all right, that's good enough. And then now I'm like, all right, let me create a new goal. Let me get to 2,000 subscribers. Who knows where this could go? So, there's where it is.
Hey, man, you don't hit anything if you don't aim and shoot.
It's true.
So, find something to aim at. That's exactly right, mate. Doesn't matter what you're aiming at. Just pick something and aim.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. But you guys, just being a part of a community, chatting with people, like, I could talk all day, as you know. So, like, this is just cool chatting,
We know.
What's the chat doing, man? I'm feeling so lost. Not being
sorry.
able to look down and see a million things.
So, Ray said, you need to do more content. Put yourself out there, is what I told you. And, well, Ray, what you also told me was, I don't need them anymore. That I could do this on my own without them. But, and you was right.
Is he the one that said cut Joe and Jose loose?
No, nobody said that.
He's the one whose mama knows.
Yeah, his mom. Listen. I can tell you some things about Ray's mom. But Miss Rashad. Woo, baby. I used to call her Coca-Cola because she shaped like the Coca-Cola bottle. Anyway. Man, this is crazy though, Joe, to have you on here, and we haven't played games in forever, and just know that you and me and another person used to do the stream for like 2 years, man. And how far things have come. It's crazy. Oh damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good times. But
Yeah.
We need to move on. I had my own stuff. I'm just kinda.
Yeah, man, when you told me the other day you was going with your son to buy furniture for his apartment, I was like, what? He got an apartment out? I missed out on a lot.
Yeah, he'll be a junior.
That's crazy.
Next year, so I'm starting the college tours now for Connor and all. So
that's crazy. My oldest daughter is 25 now, man. She just turned 25.
Oh wow!
Right? And Joe, my granddaughter is about to be 5.
Sheesh.
Yeah, right. She's
actually old, man.
Bro, tell me about it. She just came back from Disney World. Actually, she was in Disney World for the last couple of days.
Oh, okay.
You're making me feel like I'm 5.
Yeah, but you know what's funny, Wilson? I remember I met you and just talking to you, right? So I had no clue your age, right? So I'm thinking, you're older or whatever. And then I think when I first talked to you, you told me you was 22, but I guess you were projecting you were about to be 22. And
yeah,
so
I'm basically 22. Yeah.
Yeah. So it never hit me. I just talk to you all the time. You're one of my peers, you know. And then it hit me like, yo, I got a kid older than Wilson. No.
Yeah, he definitely has like an older sounding voice.
Yeah. Somebody said earlier today he sounds like the guy from Harry Potter. You know, the guy with the all black hair, the bad guy dude.
Someone said I sound like Snape because I don't think I sound like Snape because that's the wrong British accent. I think I'm just being stereotyped as a British man. I think that's what's happening there.
See, that's messed up, man. Stereotype.
I think that's just straight up cultural ignorance.
You tell him, man.
And where are you from? Like whereabouts?
North of England, near Newcastle. If you ever heard of Newcastle?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I live near Newcastle.
Okay, nice.
But what's
got new owners?
Did we? I didn't know. I don't follow the football anymore. I've not for about 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
But I say I live near Newcastle because I live in England and we consider 20 miles like way too far to travel on a daily basis. None of us around here really say that we live near Newcastle. I just say that because if I say to any American somewhere near where I actually live, no one would actually know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. What is it? Where do you live at?
Well, I live in a quaint little town called Bishop Auckland in a county called County Durham. If you've ever heard of either one of those.
Oh yeah, man, I was there last summer.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely. You do you live near the water fountain? Oh man, that's a good time. Man.
You say sarcastically, we actually got some multi-millionaire move into the town a couple of years ago and decide that this town is now his new passion project. So he's built this thing called an 11 Arches, which is based off some big theatrical performance in France. It's got like Peruvian horses and all sorts of stuff, but it's about like the history of England and Vikings invading and things like that. But it costs like a few £1,000 a year to run, like probably a few £10,000 a year to run. He bought the castle at the bottom of town. He injected, I think it was 80 million or something like that, into this Bishop Auckland town team, which is now like some team of people who are just putting money in all these little businesses to make the town get a bit better. So it's trying to become a tourist attraction, funny enough. It's trying its very hardest.
Nice.
Yeah, but it is a backwater little town that he'll do well if it becomes one in anything less than 20 or 30 years. Like, he's going to have to gentrify the entire place if he wants it to become anything like a tourist attraction.
Sounds like he's on his way, though.
Oh, well, do you know what, mate? He's definitely trying. He's built a Spanish art gallery down at the bottom of town, and we all laugh because none of us know what it's for because no one in this town's got any interest, but people come to it. People do come to it, so...
Hey, Zahidi. There's nothing up here but monsters and insurgents, right? Why even
It's funny, when I play, as long as I'm playing this game, it just makes me want to play Avengers.
I'm telling you, man, it's fun to doss around on and whatnot while we're chatting up with mates and on a stream, but you really want to give this a go. Put it on for half an hour, and get your head into the story of it, because it sucked me right in a few days ago. I've not been able to put it down. I really haven't been able to put it down. Like, I got Baldur's Gate like 2 days before the pro release, and I never got the chance to get round to it. I was going to get round to it on the day of pro release, and I was like, oh, I'll try Outriders a bit, and I can't put this game down. I love the story to it, mate. It's just so fun. By
my nature, right, which is really weird. I don't know why I am. I'm a very tribal person, right? I'm a very I don't know if territorial is the word, but I'm weird. Like, I like one thing to be like that thing, right? Like, I typically, if I'm into like PlayStation, right? You won't catch me playing Xbox, Nintendo, nothing, right? I like to have everything in one thing, right? So once I kind of, and that's what saved me money at times, right? Because when people are like Elden Ring, and I'm like, oh, I don't like Soul games, so nope, don't like Elden Ring. Like, I always have a reason why, whether I hardcore like something, right? Like, it's just my personality. I'm either here or I'm like, I'm not there at all, right? So, as I'm playing this, and I think Destiny did it to me. That's all I can say. The time I'm playing this, I just feel like I could be playing Avengers, right? Or playing something else. Because my brain is always like, well, if this ain't gonna be your main game, like I pick it apart in my head. I'm like, well, I don't like this about it. I don't like this about it. I like that, but I don't like that. And then my assessment end up being, it's okay, but it's not blah blah blah. What the hell is that fire?
It sounds like you're falling into the trap that Callie said he wanted to avoid, is comparing it too much to other things, instead of just trying to see it as its own thing and take it in as its own thing.
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I think you need to try and take a step back, look at it with some fresh eyes, and delve into it for half an hour some night.
Yeah, but my problem is, as I'm playing it with my fresh eyes, I'm gonna see with my fresh eyes that it doesn't have this, or this. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, why am I just, well, then why are you even playing it then? If you're complaining, why don't you just play the other game?
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Do you know what? If it isn't for you, it isn't for you. Not all people like all games.
I think, listen, I like it. I like it. I don't love it. I like it.
Yeah.
But
I could just go and play this as like a single player, right? Like you don't need a squad, right?
Do you know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving playing it with other people, but I really want to power through the main campaign single player first, just because I love the story that much.
Oh, okay,
gotcha.
I'm loving playing with other people, but I'm also kind of like, when it gets to cutscenes, I'm like, everyone just be quiet a sec.
Yeah, you could definitely play it by yourself.
Sorry, what did you say there, Cowboy?
Oh no, I said he could definitely. He wanted to know, could he play it by himself without people, and I said you can.
Yeah, you definitely can, but if you want to get to World Tier 15, you can't. Like,
Gotcha.
if you want to get to the very end and you want to be completionist, you need other people.
Yeah, that's what I don't care to do.
Just put me on story mode or easy mode. Let me get through the story. Be like, okay, I'm done. Perfect.
That's me.
Done.
That's me.
Move along.
Because think about it this way, Wilson. I had this game a year ago. Somebody gifted me this game, Stadia for Vet. Vet gifted me this game a year ago, and I never played it until now because it was a pro game. Like, I knew enough about it that it was cool, but when I played the demo, I kind of made my assessment already. Now I've played it more than I played the demo, and nothing really changed. I know people's like, no, you got to play it. You're going to get so powerful that you don't have to hide. And yeah, you're right. I am running around out in the open a little more. But then my brain is going to be like, it reminds me of Marvel Avengers, but I like Marvel Avengers more. And then my brain is like, well, why don't you just don't play Marvel Avengers? Like, that's what happens. So it's like, yeah, I'll play with people. We can run around together. This is fun. If you ever say, hey, I'm playing, you want to jump in with me? I mean, I'll probably be too low to stick with you on your level. But I would play it. But
I'll make another class, man. I'll make another class. I think you should make another class. I think you should make a trickster. Because I think what you would want out of the game, getting up and close, and getting to do some fun stuff to the enemies, feeling a bit more like you've got some like actual powers, instead of just throwing a bit of fire here and there and like rain bullets. Yeah, but I think that's what you'd really benefit from it.
Yeah, but I just seen when you was a trickster. That's why I wanted to see you do your thing. I mean, you did a couple cool moves. You spent around and hit a bunch of enemies at the same time. And I was like, cool. But that wasn't what I thought, you know?
I know it's different looking and doing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do get what you, like I said, this game might not be for you, mate. But I think you should definitely give it a try with a different class.
Yeah,
I would say don't shelf it. If people want to, if you ever see people online, definitely give it a go again. Jump in with some people. You definitely jump in with me sometimes, mate, because I am going to be on this every now and then for the next couple of weeks.
That's cool. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because you also didn't like, you kind of got tired of all like the Division and Ghost Recon stuff, right?
Yeah. Now I like Wildlands.
All of that stuff too, though.
Yeah.
I got really tired of that stuff. I can't solo that at all. I could team play it because it's fun to shoot the shit with your mates, but other than that, it's just a bit too mundane and repetitive.
Here, the issue with the Division for me is this, but you take out the power, so it's all cover shooting the whole time.
Yeah, that's
you're
what
like,
I mean.
It's
really mundane and repetitive. It's go in this place, take out like 100 people, take out someone with a lot of armor. Well done, you've helped out the Division. Okay, go help them out some more because some people are struggling. And there's no there's nothing really compelling to it. Whereas, like I say, this story firstly has got me like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, because it's sci-fi.
See what's next.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah, I know you're a big
Sorry?
fan of Division.
I was like, well, I liked it.
Yeah, you liked it a lot. What about Joe? Do you know what you should play? Cause you got pro or no?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I have this.
Dude, you should.
I kept thinking like I need to cancel it because I'm like there's just nothing good. But
well, I tell you what you should play. You should play World War Z.
Yeah, well, I mentioned that to you. We played that I think before with like
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was telling people.
I was playing a little bit.
Yeah. So
weren't you playing the other game, the Rainbow game, the
Wildlands and then Breakpoint?
Yeah, the Rainbow Siege or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. Yep. Yeah, I had it on Ubisoft Plus, but I canceled that.
Yeah, I only bought it for like the 1 month just so because I wanted to play Far Cry, the new Far Cry.
Okay. I tried to get into that. My only problem with that is I don't like older settings, and that was like I don't know what is it based in 1962 or something like that. So it just was I couldn't really get into it and have as much fun as everybody else was. I'm just a weird guy, man.
Settings?
Yeah, like the setting of the world, like historical setting or the time frame. Yeah, like I don't know, it's just like the old guns. Like give me a futuristic gun, you know. Not big on the old guns, you know.
Gotcha.
I don't know, that's just me. That's why I think Anthem just really, really resonated with me, man. Anthem was just like my thing.
I'm so good at that, missed out on it, man. I remember seeing all those trailers over and over and thinking, oh, this looks like it's going to be so good. All the trailers were boasting about how it is the next gen of gaming. It's like the next style of map and all this type of stuff.
And then it just.
Because that was what they were saying. It was the first truly open world because it wasn't just an open world that's 2D. It's an open world that's 3D that you can fly around it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's literally how it was. Regardless, you know.
I missed it, and honestly, mate, every time you talk about it, I just get a little bit salty because I'm like, oh, that game.
No, you would have loved it, man. The fact that you like this,
Do you reckon they'd make a 2?
Huh?
Do you reckon they'd make a sequel?
No, they're done. Yeah, that's what Joe was talking about. So they announced that they were done with it. They announced that they stopped. So it was doing bad. They pulled back on content, and then they said, okay, we're gonna wait a little bit, and then dump more into it. They was gonna do the game, and they ended up deciding, you know what, we're ending the game. So servers are still up, which is cool. So you can still play the game. It's just that they're not. But it's like this game. This game, they said we're gonna make a game. We're not necessarily saying we're adding content. Maybe not. And then they decided to add that new content. But other than that, this game wasn't going to get any content. But the servers were going to stay up for you to be able to play with your friends. So that's how Anthem is now. You could get in there. I could go play right now. Maybe I should stream it one day, man, just so you can see.
Oh, bro, yeah, please.
You could probably get it. You could probably, if you have a PlayStation, you can get it for probably like $10.
I've not got any consoles or anything, but the only reason I'm back into gaming is because Stadia let me game off my iMac and off my TV.
Yep, that's what's cool, man.
Next to nothing. That's the only reason I've managed to get back into gaming. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have picked it back up again. But yeah, no. I do want to get back around to getting a console, maybe just to be able to get access to more things, like things that I've missed out on. Like things that I'm currently missing out on, but for now I'm happy with what I've got. I can just sit here and be like, missed Anthem. Oh well. Right.
Yeah, man, it's cool the fact that Anthem. I mean, so you see how I played this? Like, this is cool. Whatever. I love Avengers. Whatever. But I would play Anthem right now. You know.
Right. If you've not got all your streams planned for this week, there you go. Just saying, there you go.
No, because then Purple Haze is going to be like, you're streaming PlayStation. Look at you.
Well, say it's because a Stadia community member requested it.
No, I'm gonna say Mother
So it's
Effer.
really for the Stadia community.
No, I'm gonna say Mother Effer Stadia's dying. They don't got this game, so I had to play it somewhere else. How about that? Yo, you know what's funny?
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
So you know what's funny, Wilson? Last year on April Fools, this was hilarious. Everything I say, Wilson, it's on video. So last year on April Fools, I did this whole stream where I said I was leaving Stadia to go back to PlayStation. And I really had people believing me. And I went on for like 20 minutes. Everybody was watching me live stream. I was explaining it, like, listen, Stadia doesn't get this. I mean, I was saying a lot of stuff that makes sense. But I was just playing around. And then eventually I was like, nah, I'm just messing with y'all. April Fools. But it was hilarious, though. Like, people really believed it. People were like, no, not you, Cowboy.
Well, before I get dragged into another firefight here, I think I'm going to...
Yeah, and I'm going to get off, too. I'm going to watch some shows with my wife or something.
Yeah, no worries. It is about that time, isn't it? We've been on for a while now.
Yeah, we have. This has been cool. Let me, well, could we just return to lobby, I think?
Yeah, if you just click start and then click Y to leave party, yeah, there you go.
Okay, because I'm going to minimize this screen. Okay, I think I'm done. Right. This was fun. Wilson, if you ever gaming, man, I'll get on. Let me know.
Well, I am gaming most days, mate. But
well,
yeah,
you actually
I'll have to shoot you a message.
Whoops.
Wilson, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, Joe. I'll probably send you an invite. I'll send you an ad. If you ever see me online, same goes to you, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
Guys, I just want to thank you, Wilson, and thank you, Joe. And Joe, hopefully we can start talking again, man. Play some more games together, man. I would love that.
Yeah. Just hit me up.
Okay, we'll do.
All right.
I'll
talk to you guys later.
All right, later.
Bye.
Wow, that was just Joe, guys. That guy is like a brother to me. Just think, he was the guy. Actually, I got another story to tell. Guys, let me tell this story. Did you know, some of you guys probably heard the story before, that Just Joe was the person to tell me that I should game stream. Oh, okay, that's your thing. Before I never even liked game streaming. I was like, who the hell watches game streamers? That suck, right? And Just Joe was like, dude, you should game stream. I was like, game stream? Man, that's for losers. That really, I really did say all this. This is a legit story. And he was like, dude, I'm telling you, like, you would love it. Like, you would still be able to have, like, an audience, this and that. Because I used to do a show with a guy, and we stopped doing it. And Wilson, I put all of this in the video I made for you explaining. But I'm doing it again. So, Just Joe, guys, he's the reason I'm even doing this. Like, my intentions was never, ever to stream. Ever. I just made creative videos and uploaded them. And Just Joe was the guy that gave me that idea. So I got to give him credit and owe him for a lot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. It's really cool to see how far you've come. You really do have like a really big, a big community, tight-knit community around you right now. Very supportive one.
I love it, man. But you know what the thing too, Wilson, is I want to be the guy who, maybe someone like you, right? You're like, I'm not a content creator. I don't want to do it. But I like you to have a voice, right? So I'm the guy who's like, yo, jump on the show, talk, like, come on here. And you've been on a couple shows since then, right? I want to be the connection between the viewers and the content creators. Because there's people like in the chat, right? People in the chat. But I want to have that link. Guys, click on the link and just jump in, and I want to also go to other people's content and jump in their streams if they allow me. But I love to be able to say, everybody has a voice, and I love to hear it. And I want to be the person to help other people hear it, And maybe it might motivate some people to say, you know what, I want to do this too. So, but yeah. Well,
I was saying to you earlier, I'm even entertaining the idea of streaming just so I could get more community games because I'm loving seeing all the community that we get. The community chats, the community games, just the times where we're getting to all be together and talk about Stadia and talk about the games that we're going to do and play the games that we want to play. It's fun. It's fun. And what else would you want out of life? There's a bit of fun with your friends.
Wilson, if you did it, it would be so cool, man, because you're in everybody's stream and you game so much. I think it will be so cool. So many people will probably tune in and want to game with you, you know?
See, my only issue is if I was streaming, I wouldn't be able to be in everyone's streams all the time, man.
I know.
Busy streaming.
Well,
it's what do I do? I like it the way that it is right now, being able to watch everyone, but at the same time, I want more community play efforts. I really do.
Right.
There's just not enough for me. I mean, there's loads out there, but there's not enough. I want every single day to be a stream on where there's 5 people or 10 people in a lobby, and we're all laughing with each other. Because when those days happen, man, I get a good bit of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
It really does light up my day.
Well, it's me too. Like when I'm at work, man, I would love to watch a stream or listen to a stream all day. When squids come on, I'm at my job, I'm doing my work, I'm listening to them, and then I write a little bit, and then, you know, and so I wish somebody, like, listen, any of you guys listening, maybe Ray, somebody go on after Squids. Squids have a really good little tight-knit community of people chatting, and whenever he's like, all right, guys, I gotta go, I'm like, yo, come on, man. And I always wish somebody would be coming up next and everybody just migrate over. That would be so cool.
Yeah, the energy in Squids' morning streams they're brilliant. They really are. Well, the energy in Squids' streams are brilliant. He brings a brilliant energy to them.
Yeah.
The morning streams are something else. It's something different. It's a bit novel for the community, and everyone does gather to them. And
yeah.
It's early morning and no one's feeling it. I know I'm not feeling it one bit, but it's fun, and we all get to have a bit of a smile and just relax together. And yeah, you're right. The energy there is something else. And if that could be brought on to someone else, if someone was just doing a bit of a game, or if someone wanted to continue on the chat, that would be so
Dude,
good.
that would be so cool, man.
It's a missed opportunity that no one is. It really is.
Paul said, I'll go on to talk to you, Cowboy. Hey, listen, Paul, remember, we got to start playing some WWE Battlegrounds, man. And Ray, you're listening, so this is for you too. Me and Paul was talking, what if we try to make like a little league out of that game? Because, you know, it like what we've been doing with Mad Streets, let's be honest. Mad Streets is a very simple game. And we just have fun with the game by itself. We forget the game. It's about us having fun and creating these crazy moments, and, you know, me trying to be the top guy, but Nick is better than me, and I'm just joking, he's not better than me. And you know, I kind of won, whatever, you know. So I'm trying to explain the story. But anyway, so just imagine what we did with that. It could be pretty cool what we could do with like an actual game that has like more controls or whatever, like the WWE game.
Or just has, no offense to Mad Streets, but I mean, it's £15 at the minute. People who own it, there's not many people who bought it out right now.
Correct.
A lot of the people are people with game codes or people who've got like a way through that, and that's fair enough. But it makes it hard to have community tournaments week in, week out. A game where we could have tournaments week in, week out. That there could be more of a community around, like what you've been saying recently, like the WWE 2K22.
Right.
Just as an example, a Marvel Avengers style Gambit or something like that. Some pro game that where we could all gather on. Destiny was that for a while. At first, Destiny 2 on Pro, but then the upgraded it with all the DLCs. Sadly.
I think the only thing with Destiny is the learning curve. It's like somebody's gonna. If you play Destiny for a long time, you're gonna clearly be better. If Mad Streets, let's be honest, if Nick wasn't playing Mad Streets, you would never know who was gonna win. You might win, I might win. Like because the learning curve, like who's better than who, right? When I won the 3 weeks in a row, I barely won. You know, so that is a good funny game. God bless you, that we could all do that with. But you know, Nick is ruining it. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, there's a wrestling game that's already on Stadia called WWE 2K Battlegrounds, and it's like, have you ever seen it before?
I think I've seen it before, but I've not looked at it properly on the store. I've not played a WWE game since they weren't called WWE, since they were SmackDown versus Raw games.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, so it's more of a silly game, and so that's why it's not like a legit game where it's like, okay, you need to be so good. It's just kind of like a silly run around beat 'em up game. So I feel like anybody could kind of be able to get into this. I'm trying to see if they got a trailer. Anyway, me and Paul, we know a couple people do own it. So we were thinking, what if we try to do what we're doing in Mad Streets, but in this? Because then we'll be able to do more. Like you can have like, because the Mad Streets people, I know they're working on a lot. So they, the guy, the one of the devs, I used to talk to him all the time. I need to hit him up. But he was like, oh, we're going to work on having a tournament mode and all this stuff. Well, this WWE game has all of that already. Like we could have a tournament and have you versus me, and the person who wins move forward, and the person who loses get eliminated. Or we could have a battle royale, and it's just us slugging it out and being crazy and whatever. So, but anyway, it's a lot of ideals, man, and I think we should. But Wilson, I do want to get with you though and talk to you about the ideal of coming up with a script or something where people could be a part of. I mean, I know Spectre. He actually came up with something. But it was for like a survey or something. So I know he knows how to create whatever it's called, because I don't do all of that. But like a spreadsheet and stuff. So maybe we need to have something like that. A spreadsheet where people could go on and fill out when they stream and have a link for their channel. And we tweet it out every so often. So pretty much everybody in the community have it. And somebody could say like, oh, so many people could say, oh, here's the spreadsheet or whatever we call it, and click on it. And whatever.
Yeah, like I say, mate, it's just anything to give people more accessibility. Like, how many times have I asked you in the Discord? So, does anyone know if anyone's streaming today? What streams are on today? How can I find some more streams in the Stadia community? And like, there are ways, but there isn't a way that just gives you a rough overlay. Like the closest thing is going on Twitter and putting in hashtag Stadia 100. But even then, you've just got people like tweeting stuff about Stadia and then hashtagging Stadia 100.
Well,
Nothing wrong against that. Nothing wrong. It's not the same as having a layout of saying this person is streaming today at this time and this person is streaming today at this time.
Well, what I could do is I could just get with everybody. I mean, I pretty much know so many schedules. I could get with some of the people I don't know their schedules. And I could just create what I did before. I'll just put it back in this. I was even thinking. So what's funny? I was thinking. So you never got invited to the Stadia Bash community Discord. No one really used it that much. We just go in and people. I'll go in and say, hey, this is when somebody's streaming, right? But if you go in it, and I'm gonna send you the invite, and you actually click on the schedule piece, you'll be like, oh wow, like there was a legit. Hey, this is for the whole week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to create another one of those. I'll put one in my own Discord and name it SBC or Stadia Bash Community, whatever. And I'll just update it. And I'll have it in there. But I need a way for other people to get it. I don't know.
Like I said, I think it's probably worth. We'll have a talk about it a bit more, Mike, because it's probably worth talking to other people about it. Not really getting a go ahead, but just saying, look, we're going to put this together. Right. Are you happy with us putting your name on it? I'm sure you're going to be. And then they'll say, yeah, obviously. But it's just like making sure we've got everyone in the clear because consent and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And then, putting something like that together, making sure we've got all the names who want to be on there. Like, I know a handful of creators who are starting to come into the community. Primo, he's very new to the community, isn't he? But he'd love to do more stuff with people. And I think things like this just gives us all the opportunity to get together more, and it gives people coming in the opportunity to find other people.
I agree. All right, well, look, we'll figure it out, man. Vet, Vet, I got your phone number. I'll call you if you want me to. Let me know if you want me to call you or hit you up on Discord or whatever. And I know my wife is looking at me, so I can't talk too long. But I'll hit you up real quick.
Yeah, let's end this stuff, man, because at this point we're rambling.
I know, right?
The same thing about 4 different ways. And then,
right.
Yeah, if my dog doesn't get sick, your wife will. So
Definitely. All right, I'm gonna hit you up, Vet. And Wilson, thanks again, man. I'll talk to you.
No worries, man. Anytime.
All right, later.
And take care to all of you in the chat.
All right, later, guys. Guys, that was Wilson. Sorry the way I said that. Wilson. He is definitely a community champion, and thankful for him to be in our community. But with that said, I'm Anthony L. Lewis. This video was epic, cause I'm a cowboy. Oh man, you know what? I gotta start spinning in my chair. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this off. Maybe I'll do that. So when I started doing that, oh man, on PlayStation, if you back up out of the camera view, it make you disappear. It was a cool looking effect. So that's why I used to say, oh man, and disappear. Of course, I can't do that. So maybe at home I could go, oh man. Okay, I don't have enough space. I almost hit the dresser. Oh man. All right, maybe I just won't do that. All right, almost broke this. Whoops. All right, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And Vet, I'm going to talk to you later. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. And now, your mama knows.
And now, your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!